exclusive.
Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff and with me tonight is America's stepdad, the one, the only, Dion Green.
Baby, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's so good to be back. We're back at it again. And I promise you that if you elect me, I most likely won't commit fraud.
Well, don't commit fraud, but make sure your mic's plugged in. Up next is the last standing nothing. He's the Bombay bad boy, the boss body beat down himself, Mr. Big Rig Nick Utang.
I can't use a mic anymore. I can't use the mic.
All right, folks, hopefully the final bullshitter for the evening is not technologically impaired or impaired in any other way. American Ramrod coach Kendo Slice.
Clearly, this is amateur hour, and we don't know how to turn our mics back on and off. It's real easy, Nick. There's a button right here. And then you click it again, and then you can talk. But
there are so many buttons right now here in front of me, okay? So many buttons.
We're all
keyboard,
here.
Nick.
Everything's going great. We're all
I can't find the right button. I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
Well, while the bullshitters try to find the right buttons to press, folks, tonight we have another awesome show for you that hopefully presses a lot of those funny buttons. We're going to be talking about all sorts of stuff because it's the best of times, it's the worst of times, it's the weirdest of times. This is another week in the internet, I guess, or the world, and WCBS is here to make sense of it, or at least try to. But before we get started tonight, folks, hit that thumbs up button. Let YouTube know that you enjoy this content, and check out all of our videos that we've dropped this week. We got some new ones coming tomorrow and through the weekend. But if you need more WCBS content this weekend, make sure you check me out on Saturday. I'll be over on the Thinking Critical channel talking comic books. I am a comic creator after all. Woke Busters is on its way from the printer. And Stealing Solo 2 is 25% done at this point. So I'm excited. You're excited. I get the emails. I know what you guys are up to. And I'm ready to bring you more and more books. But you have to wait. But you can catch me on Saturday talking about all the comic book goodness that is, well, 2025. So now we got that out of the way. Guys, it's been a week. It's been a pretty good week. Anything crazy go on with you guys, or just another one?
Just another one, man.
I know Kendo's pumped. Next weekend is probably the biggest day of the year for him.
Yeah, especially since we're going for not the one, not the two, but the three-peat. And if we win it, it'll be great because it denies a big segment of the population the opportunity to be happy, and they'll just have to fall off poles and die for other reasons.
Well,
instead of just celebrate
to town.
Yeah.
Throw batteries
or throw batteries at Santa Claus or something that the good people of that town are known for, and the cultural enrichment they bring upon the sports world.
Talking about Philadelphia?
I mean, I do like cheesesteaks, buddy.
You could get them outside of Philadelphia.
That's true. That's
fair.
True.
You can get some good ones outside of Philadelphia. So, folks, we will be not doing anything for the Super Bowl because we don't here on this channel. We're not a sports channel. But you can join us in about a month and change for our Oscar Lampoon party, where we'll be making fun of all sorts of movies because the hype is real.
Oh, man. I actually took one for the team and watched Amelia Perez last night. That was a
loser.
That was a mistake. That was such a mistake.
I mean, are you dumber for it?
Oh God. It's basically if a French guy tried to make a telenovela for 2+ hours, that's what it is. That's basically what it is.
So
what was that, Dan?
They don't already make telenovelas for students?
No, they don't. But there's a French director who made a telenovela like that was supposed to be made in Mexico, but it was made in France. Like somehow made France look like Mexico. And
why wouldn't you just go to Mexico? I can't imagine
dude. It was.
That's a really wonderful point.
I feel like there's one thing that a French guy's gonna make is probably a telenovela or a coffee or something, and then he's gonna whine about it.
A
That's my
coffee.
assumption.
Well, I mean, this movie is nominated for 13 Oscars. I think it's
that's a lot.
I think it's one shy under the most nominated movie. So it may sweep
I
all
hope
of
it
them.
wins nothing.
Yes,
We-
that
We'll
would be
lose.
hilarious.
Good day, sir.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Yeah, a lot of people say it's not good, but I think it's a thing that that Hollywood loves, because if you read it or know anything about it, it's got everything they want in that movie. It ticks all the boxes. It's
What about the stuff that we want?
none of it. Wow. None
So
of
now
it.
that makes sense.
There was a part where Selena Gomez, like, you see the back of her flashing some dude. She opens her shirt. You don't see anything. I was like, oh, she'll turn around and get to see some Selena Gomez titties. Nothing. I was
Bloody Mabel?
really disappointed. Really
Yeah,
disappointed.
I mean, she had some hangout on the internet all the time, and I'm like, all right, I guess you got to pay the $20 to see it in the movie. Nope. But you got to go watch Oppenheimer and look at Florence Pugh, and well, according to Script Doctor, those are the most disappointing tits in America. So
I can believe that. I'm not sold on
That
French.
shit. That's that internet shit. Florence Pugh.
Dion,
You probably haven't seen that many, pal.
you got to unplug and plug in your mic. You sound like Kendo circa 5 years ago.
Well, it's not me streaming. So you're going to stream on. Let me reload.
All right, reload.
Okay.
While Dion reloads, folks, we have some words of the day that we'll attend to. Let's get to you guys. So, where are we? And where are my horses? There we go. So, our first message comes in from Shrebbles08. It's the word of the day. And look, folks, if Attack of a Killer Burrito wasn't enough, and believe me, we've been thinking about Attack of a Killer Burrito all week. Now we have a new tasty word. I'd say it's even tastier because I love a good chalupa, and chalupa is the word of the day. How Stella got her chalupa back. Back to the chalupa. Clear and present chalupa. Star Wars raised chalupa. Blazing chalupas and fistful of chalupa. Which is kind of like me on a Saturday at Taco Bell.
Star Wars raised chalupa. Okay.
How's that?
There
Better.
Oh, that's so clear. I like that.
Delicious.
Silky smooth. Just like you, Dion.
Good. Just like my chocolatey skin. And the other parts of Florence Pugh.
There you go.
I think she's good looking.
She's good looking, but she seems crazy. She really does.
It's like a pretty picture. You can look,
Hey, crazy
but you really can't touch
Season
it.
season if you hadn't checked.
It's true.
Welcome to 2025. Hi, pal.
Well, I'm happy to be here. So, Dion, the word of the day is chalupa. So we have like chalupa games.
Red hot chalupa.
Some like it chalupa.
Get your chalupa.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Chalupa. Different type of movie.
No Country for Old Chalupas.
Dude,
The
what
Willy
about
Chalupas.
Blue chalupas.
Blue chalupa from Dion.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, he's a David
Anything
Lynch
like
fan.
a blue waffle?
No. Let's just not.
One
not talk
flew
about
over the cuckoo's chalupa.
How about one
Or
for
the chalupa nest. Yeah, the chalupa nest.
Stop or
it's
my
a
mom
different
will
picture.
chalupa.
Supermodel chalupa.
Sounds like a dance.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Do the chalupa. Do the chalupa. And then you can just like make a dance of the hand motions of you making a taco.
Yeah.
Chalupa of the chalupas or chalupa of the lambs.
How about chalupa of the corn?
Chalupa of the
Yeah.
corn. I like that.
Or silence of the chalupa.
Sounds of the
Oh.
chalupa.
I'll use this as a random aside. Nick, I was watching on Pluto TV the other night, and they had Friday the 13th on, part 3, and I literally only watched it just because I wanted to hear the theme song, but I ended up watching the whole movie. But then Children of the Corn came on, and I audibly said, fuck this movie. I got up and I hate Children of the
Well,
Corn.
no.
It's not
Here's
scary.
the thing. Here's the thing. The first one's fine. Then the 18 other like sequels, remakes, and redos like are terrible. 'Cause
I think
think
the
it's
first one sucks.
The first one,
Yes, it
the
does.
first one is definitely very quotable and or memeable or easy to make fun of. I think the reason why we watched it was specifically because Eric Freeman was supposed to be in that movie, and we watched it looking for Eric Freeman, and we never found him.
With a fine-tooth comb, we watched that film.
Yes, we like every scene we're all looking. Is he? Nope. Just a bunch of Hamilton.
She looked good in that movie, though.
She did look good in that movie.
Yeah.
She doesn't have her Sarah Connor hair.
Yeah.
She does not. She does not.
Shrubbozoid says, Dion Green in Deep Chalupa. I'll take horses.
My Black Chalupa.
Yeah.
My Black Chalupa.
Written and
We
directed
have
by
a
Axel
winner.
Braun.
Executive
starring?
producer UA Bull.
Oh my god.
Well, here, Dion, I'm sorry in advance. The audience is back on their like troll mode, and I'm sorry, but you have to sit through.
Dang it.
I know, right?
Who are you? What are you doing here, and where are my horses?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Back.
Here's another button to like cleanse the palate.
No, bitch!
There we go. Up next, our friend Enrique Vasquez says, "Why, Nick? Why? Even Mexico is refusing that movie."
Was it worse than Mother?
Okay, Mother, I didn't know what was going on. This one I knew what was going on. It was just boring and long. That's all. Mother was literally just Darren Aronofsky jerking off for with $40 million is basically. What
Actually,
I got that's what
based
you're
on
saying.
that,
The jerking off. I'm like, we're just gonna leave it there. I mean, it makes it sound way better.
based on the news story, I think you sent us earlier this week, he wasn't jerking off for that movie.
Oh yeah.
He was.
Wait,
he was laying down
abstaining?
He was laying down the jail off. You know what I'm talking about, and even she doesn't even know what the hell was going on in that movie or what it's about. It's
There's
like,
a lot of
what the
there's a lot of
fuck?
things. Well, I mean, she's an actress. I mean, so there a lot of things go over her head. So and
Yeah, they
but
hit her
like, his
directly
balls.
in the forehead. It's called head on, Nick. Or Darren Aronofsky. Apply directly to the forehead. Gunner sends a message that just says, Grumbo! Well, that sounds tasty
Is that
and angry.
Japanese gumbo.
Grumbo.
Oh, grumble! Eat your grumble.
oh gosh, less
I
than
can
15
make
minutes
those
in. We're already there.
Hey,
Yeah,
I've got the card. Okay, I've got that card. I'm allowed to play that card.
Fair.
Do you have the Hard R Cafe card that you can play?
I don't have that card yet. I would have to
Okay.
divorce my wife and go marry a black lady, and then maybe, just maybe, I might be able to say it around her without anybody else hearing it.
Just don't worry about it, man.
Yeah, just say it. It's fine. We're all friends here. Nobody's watching. It's okay.
Yeah. We're not going to judge.
Okay, Nubian.
We listen and we don't judge.
There we go, Dion. Now you're nice and clear. Our friend Master Barbarous has a great Chalupa title. Faster, Chalupa. Kill, kill. It's a good replacement for Pussycat. Is that a
Well,
Russ
I mean,
Meyer
we're
film?
still working on the burrito universe, so we gotta get that
True.
going first.
Into the
Yeah,
burrito-verse.
Yeah, the killer burrito versus the chalupa man.
There we
Yeah,
go.
the crunchy Chalupa. And
Or
the plight of the
we-
taco people, as we said last week.
Well, what we could also do is, you know how like there's the Godzilla movies, but then they also have movies in the MonsterVerse that don't involve Godzilla. We could always have a Chalupa versus Gordita movie.
Oh, yes. Chalupa versus Gordon. Yeah. Battle of the flatbreads.
Listen,
One is
listen,
deep
listen.
fried, one is folded. Who wins? You decide. Like, that's how
Listen,
it goes down.
Taco Bell and Del Taco. Call us. Whoever gives us more money, gets the ideas.
I'm willing
Taco
to
Bell
appear
could
at Del
sneeze us
Taco.
$5 million.
They could.
If I remember, I will have put the Taco Bell sound in right about now because I have that for some reason saved to my computer. In the music file, it goes like our intro, this, that, Taco Bell. So there we go. Thank you, Master Barbarous. Thank you for the Chalupa title. Joseph Bienowich says, I need some Buffalo Jeff and a ghost horse too. I do it all for the chalupa.
They're coming hard
Is
for
it working?
Dion tonight.
Yeah, I know.
Dion, I'm trying to make it easier for you and give you some fun buttons to, help.
I haven't even said anything to
Nope.
Dion about horse. I haven't said anything to you about horses in a long time either. So this is the people coming for you. This ain't even us.
Well, I mean, if
I'm
you
built for
say
this shit. I'm built for it.
well, if
There's
you
a
say
guy who can take it. It's Dion Green from Michigan, USA.
Can Mr. Cleo take it?
I'm my darling. Oh wait, no, that's not it. I'm a mercy. Had to have a premonition to get back in.
you gotta give him like a 3-second warning before.
Oh, I was trying to just not press the Buffalo Jeff button, but I guess I gotta press it now.
I mean, now you
Sorry.
do.
Hello, Dion.
I just hate how much that fits too. Like, it
I
makes
mean-
sense to be
Yeah.
That
fears.
I'm starting to think that's not so much a ghost horse as it is a ghost giraffe because horses do have long necks, but not that long. Like the horse's neck sticking out that far, you at least see the front of them.
Do we need to play it again to check it out for clarity?
No.
Yes, I think we do.
Okay, that was enough. Here's a Buffalo Jeff button that you requested.
You found my secret button. Lucky you. Lucky me.
All right, it's just gonna be like 5 seconds of black after that.
Yeah.
We don't.
You need to play 3 seconds of goodbye horses after that.
I was
Just
like,
real quick.
is this a remix version where there's extra on here that we didn't hear before? No, it's just there's nothing there.
That's definitely
There's a 57-second outro that I should play tonight. I don't know what it is. I know it's Buffalo Jeff, but yeah, it just gets creepy. We'll end our last show of January like it's fucking October. We'll get real weird with it.
Yeah.
TLJ Screwjob says, that ain't good food, a Chalupa XXX parody. I'm down for all the parodies, folks.
Oh my gosh.
Shrubbles08 says, I'll take a slap nuts and a chalupa falling. I assume
Slap nuts is always a good choice.
assume a chalupa falling is this.
Did you see that guy accidentally hit that moose with his car?
No.
Holy shit. Jamie, pull that video up.
Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god.
By the way, if you say ivermectin 3 times, does Joe Rogan appear and talk to you about the time he did DMT?
Maybe
Do you want to try it?
we can.
Ivermectin.
Ivermectin.
No joke, guys.
Ivermectin.
Ivermectin.
Imagine if you gave a white supremacist 5-MeO DMT, and then as the first one, as they're exhaling,
Yeah.
That's what happens, Nick.
Jamie, could you pull that up?
Well, since we had a request for it in a super chat, we have to see Joe one more time.
Did you see that guy accidentally hit that moose with his car?
No.
Holy shit. Jamie, pull that video up.
It's Mr. Flatnut to you.
You know what's funny, Jeff? That was from like 25 years ago where he, El Kabonged old Beetlejuice over the head there. Jeff Jarrett was about 30, 31 at the time. So that makes about 56, 57. And he's currently in the main event scene of AEW going up against MJF for the world title.
I know. He got beaten by Cesaro. He's out.
So anyway, that was 57-year-old spring chicken Double J, JEFFJARRETT. Ha ha. Jeff Jarrett.
He's GONE, as Vince would say.
Still being involved in the main event scene of a major wrestling promotion on TV recently. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let's not pretend that we're not watching WCW all over again, but worse.
Yeah, but people were actually watching WCW.
That's also true.
I know it hurt you, Dion.
Listen,
I know it
one
hurts.
of the greatest clips of any WWE associated documentary is the rise and fall of WCW. And it's not Bruce Pritchard. I can't remember who it is, but he's just like talking about Jeff Jarrett. In his little Tennessee brain, he thought that he was just a bigger draw as Hulk Hogan. And every once in a while, I think about that and it makes me start laughing.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember who that was because it wasn't the same guy that said smashed 1,000 guitars and never drew a dime.
Yeah.
So mean. So mean.
Hey,
So
Kendo, I'm pretty sure
accurate.
Beetlejuice wasn't in Beetlejuice 2 because he's dead, right?
Oh, Beetlejuice is still alive.
Oh, he's not dead?
No.
Oh, he's just a shitty actor then. Okay, got it.
Well, he's you know,
I thought he
He's-
was dead too. So
Yeah,
I think I
he's-
agree with you.
he's something. He's something.
He's
No,
still-
I think you're thinking of Hank the Drunken Dwarf. He is dead, from what I understand.
I did not watch a lot of Howard Stern or listen to a lot of Howard Stern.
I caught
No.
just enough. I caught just enough to know enough of the Whack Pack, and Hank the Angry Drunken Dwarf is dead, and so is the wrestler lady, not China, the other crazy Nicole Bass. She's dead too.
Oh, yeah. I only would turn on Howard Stern on E to see if they'd finally show boobs on TV, and they never
Nope.
did.
Yeah,
But I
exactly.
always
Yeah.
checked.
Yeah. Late night E with Howard Stern was pretty awesome. Was pretty good. And then they're like, "Oh, we're not doing this anymore." I'm like, "Why would you do?"
Because he signed that deal when I was in high school.
Was with
So I
was with XM? Was that what it was?
Yeah.
Was it
Yep.
XM radio?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That
Because
was-
that's been real successful. That I still listen to XM right now on my phone. I love satellite radio.
Yeah, satellite radio. It's the future, right? No, the internet was around back then.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I ever liked about satellite radio was like 80s on 8. You rent a car, they're like, "Hey, you want to upgrade to satellite radio?" No. Well, it's already in the car, so you don't have to pay for it. So you're like, "Cool."
Yep.
And you just kind of enjoy it.
I loved seeing, like, I remember like G4 did a thing about satellite radio and XM and things like that. They had a boombox that like only had it. And they did the dumbest thing. They took the boombox, like, oh, well, they're walking around with this battery-powered boombox. Is it like playing, XM radio? They go underneath a tree and the signal dies.
Yeah.
I was like, of course, it's satellite radio. It was the funniest shit I'd ever seen in my life. I was like, this was good for about 2 seconds, and then like you saw the flaw in it.
It was really cool at first because it offered you the opportunity of listening to the radio without commercials. With that said, if you listen to sports on satellite radio, naturally there were still commercials because there's commercial breaks in sports. And even then, like, a lot of the songs were limited and you still had the same DJs, VJs, whatever that were on like MTV and stuff like that. Like even now, the bunch of them are still the same. Whereas if you have your local radio, it's people that can talk to you about what's happening in your town, and they'll play the hits and they'll play the classics. And every once in a while, the DJ will be like, "I got to take a shit, so here's Inagata Davida uncut." So you're like, "Hey, cool. They haven't played this on KC for a while."
When in Cincinnati in the 70s, one of the DJs got high, locked himself in the booth, and played that song on repeat for hours. So that's like a legend here. It's the same. I think it's around the same time the river froze. I don't know if there's a correlation or not, but
I miss the days when like wild things like that would happen. Like it would just be like somebody had control of the radio, somebody got fired, somebody got a little too messed up or a little too hungover, and everybody got to hear it.
Nowadays, when people mess up, it's terrible.
Prime time entertainment.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like Bill O'Reilly, fuck it, we'll do it live.
There you go.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it now. I don't. Whatever. TLJ Screwjob says it's been so long, Dion forgot Mr. Cleo's voice.
I did. I was like, oh, that's not it. That's not it.
This is it. What you gonna do? Ooh, that's definitely not it. Joseph Pianowicz asked for a battle turds. Folks, by the way, this is a big wrestling week. At the end of the show, we'll talk the Rumble one more time.
So have you ever done DMT?
There we go.
At this point, Joe Rogan should be paying us.
Right.
Probably.
Hey, Joe Rogan could give us 1%, and we're good. We're not greedy men. We can build our own empire on 1%.
Correct. And we'll have plenty more time because none of us will actually have to go work at any jobs. So our job could literally we're sitting around the house all day making content.
Our job can be our millennial retirement plan, aka Briarville.
I think with that 1%, we should just all retire. Like, find a way to make that money, just make money back, and just say fuck it. And we just all like every once in a while we'll stream. We just hang out all the time.
I like this plan.
Yeah, we never get tired of hanging out. So, Michael, I agree. Those were wonderful radio stations. Now, folks, we have a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Like I said, though, the Royal Rumble's this weekend. We'll get into that at the end of the show. But one of the men in the Royal Rumble who holds a record, or did hold a record, was Kane. Now, Kane, known as Glenn Jacobs, is a mayor of Knox County, and he's a fighting mayor. But he's not the only fighting mayor in America anymore. Is that correct, Kendo?
That would be correct. Let's talk about, and Dion and I are going to take you on a little trip to a place called Dalton, Illinois. It's Dalton Township, I believe. Or no, Thornton Township, Dalton, Illinois, where we're going to check back in with America's sweetheart, everyone's favorite mayor, the super mayor, Tiffany Henyard. While Dion and I are talking, Jeff, pull up a picture of Tiffany Henyard for us so everybody can see
I'm
what
working
we're
on it
talking
right
about.
now.
Yeah, she's where we left off. I think, Dion, correct me if I'm wrong, it was just that she did a lot of shady things and she was getting investigated. But now the investigation has come to light and a lot of shit has happened. For instance, her and her boyfriend are being evicted from their home. I think this is this the Brawl Out Dalton version?
Yep.
Yes. We had the brawl in Toontown, and this is real life, so why not?
Right. So they were getting evicted. They called in a special counsel to investigate her, headed up by former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, if you've ever heard that name before.
In relation to Gordon?
No,
Former
I
Mayor
don't think so. Yes. And so the words systemic cover-up were used, as well as talking about lots of credit cards that belong to the township that were used at various places, racking up lots of charges with no receipts available. Yes, here's the Brawl Out. And there's the mayor, the lady with the yellow hair. That's your mayor.
When did the mayor get ratchet?
Well, that specific mayor is important.
Yeah, that specific mayor 4 years ago, about when she got in and people started asking questions about things. But so there was that. Two very, very expensive Las Vegas trips that yielded, according to the report, absolutely nothing to improve businesses or life for the township. She then got primaried for her job on the township that she was also a supervisor of by former NFL star Napoleon. I can't remember his last name, and lost. So she's lost that position because she got primaried. And now she's up for her mayoral reelection, and people are running against her, and they have lots and lots and lots of support. And our latest episode, and a week or so ago, she got held in contempt of court for refusing to sign a liquor license for a business. When they pulled her into court, she said she would sign it by the end of the day. She didn't, and then had to come back into court to face contempt charges. And then the brawl out of the mayor thing last night started when somebody was giving her a dressing down. His lady friend, I guess, got involved and started, yelling at her, calling her a bitch, which caused the mayor, Tiffany Henyard's husband or boyfriend, to take exception to that, which then led to a fight, which the mayor then got up from her table and, as you saw, and charged across the room headlong to get involved in the fight, and also took a nice fall where she banged her head off of a table. Dion, did I leave anything out?
You did not. You did not, to my recollection. But one hilarious thing to note was that the Miss Lightfoot situation, the township hired her, and then Mayor Hayward decided, well, we're not going to pay you.
Right. Yes. So
Yeah.
yes, her administration has been plagued with lots of scandal, no transparency. I think there was a $9 million
There's
swing.
a fucking chair in that guy's hand. What is this?
It's great. It's great. I
Seriously,
love
you
it.
pull out a steel chair to fight at a fucking mayor town hall? Why do we need streaming? We can just watch this shit on repeat. This is too funny.
You're not,
Which
yeah,
is funny because
from every
for
angle.
a while there, they weren't allowing the town hall meetings to take place because people would come to the town hall meetings and immediately challenge the mayor on things, ask her questions that she did not have answers to that were sufficient enough. Like, how did we have a $6 million surplus last year and this year we're now $5 million in the hole? How do we have an $11 million swing like that? And the response was always, yelling at them about going after a black woman in power when the majority of the people in that town are black women. So it's kind of ironic that she would try to play the race card on other people of the town that are also black. So that was incredible as well. But then she started having closed door meetings to keep out that. And then the other people on the board of trustees would start challenging her. And that wasn't good. So she just stopped having town hall meetings.
Yep.
That reminded me of a music video called "Nobody Speak" featuring Run the Jewels, where it's just like they're like this political, like there are two sides talking. It looks like the United Nations, and they just break out and brawl all over each other. It's a great music video. Check it out.
Joseph Bienowicz pointing out the gold microphone. That's a picture of her with said gold microphone. She bought herself her own special golden microphone that only she could use at the meetings.
Oh my God.
Oh, and then at one meeting, as they were bringing up obviously concerns about she just goes, "You can't bring up things here at the city council meetings. That's not how we do things at a city council meeting." Right. She just decided that's not how that works anymore. Yeah. And she had billboards and everything.
Yeah, there was billboards for her. She's like, it was, "Our mayor's great. We love our mayor. By the way, here's my re-election campaign." It's like, you just got in and you're already running for re-election. There was one time where something had happened not too long ago, and Dion, what was it? Because we were talking about where she just pretty much went radio silent and went missing, and they were like,
"Oh, it was one of the." So obviously, with her being the mayor, the local police obviously handle her detail, and one of the officers who was a regular member of her security detail was accused of sexual assault.
Oh.
And that obviously she, the officer, and then the local police chief, I believe, covered it up. And
right. Oh, geez.
That was what got the FBI involved, and then she disappeared for like a month.
Right. And then so then they were trying to have a town hall meeting to find out about this. She refused to have one. So they went ahead and had one without her. And then while that was going on, she started live streaming to Facebook at some event that she was throwing for the kids, handing out like food and backpacks and all sorts of things, going around just like bribing all the people of the town with money she's stealing from them to try to stay in power. It's just Joseph Bienowicz. Yes. So what happened was the Dalton mayor only made like $30,000 a year as a salary. She jacked it up once she got into like $250,000, $300,000. However, that was only while she was mayor. If she were to lose her mayorship, which I don't think they have term limits, then the salary would revert back to the $30,000. So it disincentivized anyone to run against her because you would not get that salary. You would get the original salary. The forethought being there that somebody could still beat me and then turn around and raise their own salary again. She was in Reeves. I don't think she was handing that stuff out, but she was always doing stuff there. There was lots of publicity of her going around doing really wonderful things with the township's money that she was purchasing. Yep. Amazon and Wayfair were two of the very top of the list of things that people were being that the city was purchasing things from, and that City Hall really only needs so many things from Wayfair. So where was all of it going? And it's been one crazy thing where you put somebody in a position that they shouldn't be in, and then she runs with it. Oh, she also has a criminal history too. She was apparently going around breaking in cars in Chicago and stuff. There's mug shots of her too. So
What a winner!
yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's got a nice ass on her though.
Oh well, at least she got that going for her.
Yeah, she does have a bit of a dump truck ass, so that's a win right there.
That always is a win. I can't help that.
Every time she was out doing mayoral stuff, they were videotaping her, and she was always wearing like tight yoga pants. So,
Handing out turkeys.
yeah, handing out turkeys on Thanksgiving. And then and one of her favorite thing to do is when people would accuse her of misappropriating funds to go on trips and things, she would always claim that they were doing it for the people to get information. Like one of her things, she's like, "We do it for the people. You coming after us because we're loving on the people?" It's like when you're using this town's funds for stuff that you could use, but all the time. And I don't think your trips to Vegas and all those other things, if you ever get a chance, and this is one that always gets me, Dion too, is they go back, like one of the first like WGN hit pieces on her. They come up and they ask her about the Las Vegas trip. And she's like, "I'm not sure what you're talking about." He goes, "Didn't you go to Las Vegas?" She goes, "No. I'm not here to talk about it." She wanted to say no, but she knew she couldn't because of all the paper trail of the fact that they had went to Vegas and spent $500,000 of the town's money.
And she said it was a conference or something,
Yeah.
and then would refuse to give any details of what type of conference it was,
What was
how does it
discussed.
benefit Dalton. There, she would say, "Oh well, it was a mayoral conference." She couldn't name any other mayors that went there. yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
At least,
but there's lots of social media posts of them out at the casinos, out at fancy restaurants, all this other. They documented all the lavish lifestyle shit of their trip to Vegas for their conference. That I don't even know if they ever proved that there was a mayoral conference.
Nope, never saw. I obviously never saw anything. In our passing of information, she couldn't come up with anything.
At least make it viable. Like at least make sure there's a paper trail that you actually did something, and then party on the outskirts. Don't.
Well, it's kind of hard to do that considering most of the receipts are missing.
Yeah, right, and that's what's so crazy about it is obviously she's in the camp of as far as allegedly here. This is my extensive experience. She was became mayor of this town, was very into spending the money, but wasn't smart enough to come up with at least fake receipts, and then just thought that no one would ask questions. And anyone that did ask questions, she would just say no, and they would let it go. She really believed that.
She also regularly would lock down City Hall, so like people couldn't even get in to pay bills.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and then I forgot early on she tried to put. I think it was Kendall? She tried to put chains on City Hall and to remind her that she can't do that. It's not a private property that she can't.
Especially considering the City Hall is where people have to go to pay like their water bills and utilities and things like that because it's through the city. Yeah. So she did that. So then what she did, so she took the chains and stuff off the door so she couldn't lock it in because she didn't want people to come in and ask questions about things that she didn't want to answer. They installed like this booth. So you go inside the door and there's like immediately a booth right there that they have to like go through a security person and something like that. And if it was just for a bill pay, they were like escorted straight to that window and then escorted straight out or something like that. It was
oh my god.
Yeah.
What the hell?
It's like a 15th century fiefdom that she's decided to run, where she's like the supreme power of the town, and nobody's allowed to look her directly in the eye or talk to her.
And yeah, I mean, once again, she's a government employee, but you can see how like that's like it just took forever for her to get out of power and for things to be found out and for her to leave. Like that's
she's not even out of power yet.
Right? She's still
there you go. The pace at which government actually works. Yeah,
she could theoretically. Well, they did a recall on her, and somehow she won the recall because right before the recall happened, she went out handing out a bunch of stuff and essentially bribing the townspeople with their own tax money with stuff to say, "Hey, look at me, I'm the super mayor. Look at all the wonderful things I'm doing for you. Don't vote to recall me." And the recall failed by like 5 votes or something crazy like that. So.
Well, at this point, the people are just doing it to themselves. So,
well, they finally had enough, and she got primary.
it's time for a
her,
change.
Yeah, she got her county supervisor role or something is gone, and her mayoral thing is in deep jeopardy because there's somebody that they've got a bunch of people behind that they're going to run against her and primary her. So we'll see. I think the election is like next month. So stay tuned to this, folks. We will probably have that and a lot more if last night or the night before was any indicator of where this is going with Dalton Township, Chicago. And that is your Chicago suburb minute.
There she goes. One more time. So
there we go.
Folks, we will give you the update on whatever happens to Tiffany Henyard at a future date. But that was funny. That's my favorite brawl I've seen all week. And I've seen 2.
I woke up to that.
It's not as good as the one that happened, on the dock by the bay. That one was still,
dude,
I think
that was the best one. There were steel chairs involved in that one too. Why do people think this is a wrestling match? They're just bringing in chairs.
Also, there was a one that happened in Disneyland or World or whatever. That one was
Toontown.
Toontown, yeah, the High Noon at Toontown. That one was a good one too.
It's not a good look for any of the people involved. I'm just putting that out there.
No, it never is.
No, don't get into fucking public fights. Come on now, talk shit and walk
especially with as many like cameras and shit everybody has now. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Especially
you
if
can't
you're
get
holding,
away with anything.
Especially if you're holding a public office, probably not a good idea to charge from behind the desk across the room to get involved in the fight. That also is a bad look.
Yep.
Hey, that's that Chicago blood, and you can't fight it. Activates. You gotta go out and start swinging on a motherfucker. You know.
So, folks,
old school.
Let us know what you think of all that SmackDown and where is it? Illinois? What part of Illinois? Shermer?
Dalton.
Whatever.
Dalton.
Let's talk about some entertainment-based stuff, shall we? So, Nick, I saw this story today, and it made me think of you. Now, folks, what do we hate here on this channel? Well, lots of stuff. We hate cold weather, Shuricopters, when Hasbro jacks up the price, and there will be a video on that. But we also hate remakes, pointless remakes. And thanks to Nick, really it's Nick's fault personally, another remake of a 90s classic. This movie's not even 30 years old, and it's still good by today's standards. But for some reason, we're getting a remake of The Faculty. Yeah, I'm not. They
just released the 4K for it, like either this month or last month. Like it was recent.
So the part that pisses me off is Robert Rodriguez is producing this movie. He directed the original, and now he's going to produce the remake. I guess he needs money because you can't make Spy Kids anymore since the kids grew up.
Well, also,
El Rey didn't work out.
Yeah, El Rey was good for a minute. It was a great channel, but like it just started dwindling terribly. Because I mean, you had a bunch of old movies on there all the time, and he would do constant showings of like he'd have Kung Fu Month or Kung Fu Week and like a bunch of stuff. It was great.
They played Miami Vice every day.
Yeah, it was a great channel, but for some reason, like it just went to shit. And I tried finding it. It was barely on cable or anything like that. I think it's like a Roku channel now you can get and watch things on, maybe. But it was that died and that was unfortunate because it was I feel like we need that channel back. We really do.
Yeah, will be the it's a Latino infused website or entertainment channel. It says I clicked on it and there's really not much else on the website right now. There's just a bunch of pictures of Robert Rodriguez and Fight Fit Boot Camp is going to air on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Great. And currently there's nothing scheduled for today. What a TV channel! They got over 250,000 followers, but nothing's on the air right now. We're on the air. Hit thumbs up to let YouTube know that you enjoy that we're on the air. But the thing is, like, we can't remake bad movies. We have to remake good movies. And I'm firmly in the camp that this is a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was that, Dion?
No, my bad.
Oh, I thought you said something to me.
Yeah, no, yeah, because I'm looking where to watch on the website. It says Roku. That's all it says. It was so good. It was so good. But you know the story about the movie, right? Like kind of the broad strokes of how it came to be.
Oh, I thought you meant the plot of the movie. I'm like, yes, Nick, I've seen it many times.
No, the behind the scenes of like how it got made. Like he didn't even write it. He was just like a gun for hire. They had him do it so he could make it under budget and then use the money to make Spy Kids.
Well, it worked out for him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and it makes sense too, because obviously that's what's so weird about the remake. Because obviously the original, because it was 98.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a vehicle for a lot of the people. Obviously, Usher was in, Elijah Wood, Josh Hartnett.
Don't forget Clea Duvall.
Yep. Famke Jensen's in it. You know, so it was a nice vehicle for the stars of the 2000s, which was a part of the charm, right? Because they were all, you know, a lot of them obviously were playing high schoolers, but with this one, you know, that's not necessarily something that one, people were asking for, and two, you know, this isn't a unknown young star environment. So are you trying to recreate it, even if it's Robert Rodriguez? You know, it's at least from this vantage point, it doesn't look like it's going to be very successful because you don't have. I mean, who are you going to have to match young Elijah Wood and young Josh Hartnett?
But
you know,
and it's going to be weird because you know someone's going to be in it. It's going to be one of those things where it's like, oh God, you're right. Oh my God, you're right.
They're gonna get Finn Hardwolf to be Josh Hartnett. Elijah Wood will be the dude who's upside down tingles.
So it's just the cast of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Fine.
Usher will be replaced by the other kid whose name I can't remember.
Mike,
the black one.
Yeah.
Oh,
the black
Lucas.
kid. Yeah, Lucas, that one. And then the kid who's got the weird teeth will be the other dude, Clive Duvall. And the waffle chick and the redhead girl will be the other two. So there you go. It'll be Stranger Things all over again.
You're not wrong.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that were to actually happen. I mean, it is.
They're like, hey, kids love Stranger Things. Let's just put them all in this movie.
Now it's actual aliens.
Well, I mean, I think, and also you're gonna have the whole like cell phone, social media shtick. I think it's gonna be. It's like, oh, these kids are faking it. It's AI. It's some program that they're doing to make all this alien stuff up with. That's gonna be a thing.
Well, they're gonna have to, right? Because in the original, it was pretty much going off of the Dare thing. So the whole anti-drug stuff, and then obviously Josh Hartnett's character is selling the drugs in the pen casings or whatever. Mm-hmm. You can't just reuse that in 2020, whenever the hell's coming out. So you know that's the other side of it, Nick. Is what do you do that's topical to make people want to watch it? You know, are they going to do cell phones? Is it going to be
he's selling cell phones with TikTok still on them?
Yep.
It's not banned anymore.
Well, no. It is banned because it's not in the App Store. If it's on your phone, it's there, and it's
oh
fine.
Wait, I have TikTok on my phone. Could I sell my phone for $1,000?
Yeah, you can.
Theoretically,
erase everything else and sell it. Yeah. But also,
do I really have TikTok? Yes, I do have TikTok on here.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. But Dion, like, here's the thing: the reason that movie sold is because of the cast they had. Like, that was the pull. You had this awesome cast coming in, and like, oh, it's a horror movie. It's about high school. And like, they had a flash of aliens in the trailer. It's like, oh, let's go check it out. And that was the pull. You had the pull of the, you know, the late '90s, you know, stars. And Robert Rodriguez made it for, you know, a small amount of money, so it obviously made money as soon as it came out. And it was a big hit. It was a great hit. It was actually the first movie I snuck into. Whenever I came out. So it's a special place in my heart for this movie. But like I remember Mighty Joe Young came out the same weekend. We were supposed to go see that.
What a reference.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Yeah. Whenever I think of the factory, I always think of Mighty Joe Young as well because of that. Because it was supposed to be me, my cousin, and my little brother. We're supposed to go see Mighty Joe Young. We're gonna drop it to the theater. This was during the R-rated thing where they had some like pimple nose 15-year-old outside, you know, in front of the R-rated movies, making sure like nobody got in who was underage. So I had to wait for his ass to leave. And I think we missed the first like 10 minutes of it. And we had to find, and it was packed, mind you. This was Friday night. It was packed. There were 3 seats like around the theater somewhere. So like I was in the middle, like crunched up against the wall, like underneath the speaker. My little brother was all the way in the back, and my cousin was all the way in the front, where he had to like look up like this at the screen. Like it was terrible. I got the best seat.
Well, you
and
should.
I watched the movie. And I fucking loved it. I was like, this is great. I'm glad I snuck into it. So we had to act, you know, we had to like bribe my little brother, like, don't tell mom we snuck into a movie.
Did he ever spill the beans, or does your mom even know to this day?
She doesn't give a shit. It was.
Well, I would hope
like
not at your current age.
It was like in a movie. We weren't selling drugs or anything.
That she knows of.
I know,
true.
right?
That was
popcorn, meth. It's all the same.
That was my college years. I don't talk about that. That's I can't do that.
Oh, I've heard all those stories, folks. If you want to hear those stories, become friends with Nick. He's
yeah.
You met him with alcohol.
Yeah, well, you did meet my college professor at Dragon Con for like a second. We were not sober. We were not sober.
We fucking hit it hard.
We did. It was good shit.
By the way, folks, I will be working the Lexington Comic and Toy Show. That is not a party. That is not a party show. That is a Jeff has a booth. It's time to work. So come hang out with me. We can talk about Ollie's toys. I'll sign your Shurikopters. I'll have books. I'll have Wokebusters by then. Everything will be great. So that'll be March 6th through the 9th in Lexington, Kentucky. It's a comic and a toy show. Like, come on, hang out.
Do you need my help, buddy? Do I need to come up and help you out?
I mean, if you want, I got people going down to help me build a booth. But just if you really want to show up, let me know. I will. I'll get a vendor badge for you.
All right, cool. I might do that just so we can participate in Suit Saturday and look nice in the booth.
Oh yeah, I forgot Suit Saturday and I'm selling books. That always
yeah. And should I bring down the proton pack so we can take pictures?
I mean, you can if you want. I'm never taking mine out of the shipping container because it's worth a lot now. So I'm just gonna sell that shit.
Oh no! I took mine out. I'm like, I can't like. I took out the other stuff too, the the ghost trap and everything. Like it's all out.
I didn't touch any of it. I took it over to Phil's. I was like, hey, can I keep this in your basement? So like I got the shipping box of the proton pack, the shipping box of the ghost trap, the 2-in-1, and when I get the Ecto 1 car in the mail next year, that's gonna go to Phil's basement too. Because
oh my god, dude,
I don't really know what I want to do. All of a sudden, this stuff is super valuable, and I'm like, do I need a piece of plastic or do I just want the money? Like, that's where I am.
Well, I opened it because like I put batteries in them like when I got them around Christmas and I played with them and I was like, this is heaven. I fucking love this shit. It was so cool. I even showed my brother. He's like, how do I get one? I was like, you got to pay a lot for it now.
Your brother can buy mine for whatever price it goes for on eBay.
I'm sure he could. Yeah. All I need to do is buy the one from Hasbro and like I'm set. I'm fucking set. So.
Oh shit! $1,250.
Yeah, they're going for a lot. I can't wait to sell my what is it?
Cantina?
Cantina, yes, the Cantina whenever that comes out, whenever that gets shipped.
I didn't get that one. I kind of regret it since they released a whole shitload of figures that are now oh, son of a bitch. I didn't mean to click on this eBay link, but I found those Ghostbusters gifts that I bought you guys, those employee packs that I've been meaning to give you?
Yeah.
Those jumped up in price too. Obviously, they're your gifts. I'm going to give them to you, but I won't be mad if you sold it and made money from it.
Oh no, I opened mine. Once again, I love that shit. That's something I use and stuff. So I won't sell those. There's certain things I will, certain things I won't.
You could always sell them and then just buy us something else. Be like, hey guys, these I bought these, but they're worth way more now. I'm gonna go ahead and sell them, and then I will just get you something else.
Now, Dion, we have a button that represents a massive failure in entertainment, and we're gonna press this button for you, fine folks. But I want you to be thinking for a minute, Dion. Okay. How much does it cost to stay in the Star Wars hotel?
We lost something.
You lost a lot. So, Dion, how much did it cost to stay at that Star Wars hotel?
$3,000 a night, bitch.
So, folks, Dion's favorite hotspot in Disneyland is no more. But we now have word directly from Disney what they're doing with the hotel. Now, unless you already know this, don't answer. But, Kendo, do you know what they're doing with the hotel?
Car park.
Nick, you already read the article because you sent it to me. Dion, what are they doing with the hotel?
They're going to turn it into a Star Wars gift shop.
The correct answer is they're turning it into office space.
I love that so much
Wow.
because none of these companies can get their employees to come back into the office, so like it's just gonna like lose money regardless.
Yeah.
Should have made it a car park.
Yeah, should have made it parking. Should have made it parking.
Oh, man.
So now remember, friends, this hotel opened up on May 18th, and it closed 19 months later after opening in September of that year, the next year. So we laughed all the way to the bank. Every episode of the show that we did was more financially successful in terms of profit and loss than the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser.
Yeah.
There are
Because for that
hamsters that lasted longer than this little cruise thing. There are goldfish that have lasted longer than this thing. Folks, in the chat, tell us what has lasted or could have lasted longer than the Star Wars Cafe or launch thing or whatever the hell it is, while Jeff tells us about it being offices instead of a car park.
So Disney thinks it's their $1 billion investment into this hotel is dead in the water. So it's now being used as office space for the Disney Imagineers. They're going to make more secret theme park plans because I guess they have to go up against Universal now. So they have to figure out how they can win because their $1 billion Star Wars hotel did not work. But I don't really get the appeal of spending like your retirement to go to Disney World one time. And most people out there don't either. So I find this funny that this is just another failure from Disney Star Wars. They literally cannot win at anything. Video games, they're going to get sued by the Hawaiian government because they're gambling. Movies died a horrible death because nobody gave a shit. And now the hotel is done. The merchandise is done. Nobody's watching on streaming. What is there for this brand? Office space. One day, Star Wars is going to be so worthless that it'll take up space on a server and they'll delete it because that space is worth more than Episode 7. So we're on the way there one day, folks. But I just had to bring this up because I found this incredibly satisfying and hilarious that all that money could not buy fans.
Listen, and that's, we were talking about it obviously when they announced Galaxy's Edge. And it's very interesting now to see how things are going with in-person entertainment overall, movie ticket prices, live sporting events prices, professional wrestling live prices, attendance for all of those things. And it's very satisfying seeing, the most blatant of all the major companies in the United States or that are based in the United States was Disney opening a new section of the park, a new attraction, and immediately trying to price out their audience. And then that obviously lasted 19 months. And you see it happening with AEW. You see it happening with WWE. You see it happening with the UFC. The NFL was struggling for a minute. This year they kind of were able to fill stadiums a lot, especially throughout the course of the season. But that's a huge topic of discussion with the NFL. Then you had Ticketmaster getting sued. So for me, it's very interesting and very satisfying because I honestly believe this was part of it. Right? It was Disney with Galaxy's Edge and the crazy price of Taylor Swift tickets.
I forgot about those.
These institutions. 100%. It'd be very difficult for someone to talk me out of it, but they're trying to price out their audience. They want a very specific set of their audience to enjoy the product. And for Galaxy's Edge to only last 19 months, for it to be turned into office space in a post-COVID world, I think is absolutely hilarious. That's what you get because $3,000 a night, bitch, wasn't insane 4 years ago. So. I love it. It's hilarious.
I still think if it would have been the original Star Wars, it would have made its money back because, hell, if you can go spend a weekend on the Death Star, I think I'd have gone even. Like, that was just too enticing of an idea. Or it's like, hang out at the Mos Eisley Cantina and get wasted and, I don't know, walk onto the Millennium Falcon and then it, like, flies you to your hotel. And it's just like a shuttle or something. That could have been amazing. But no, you got to watch Rey and Kylo Ren fight. I know they want to double down on their branding, but come on, guys. You own it all. Stop.
And it was all underground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they do, and I was watching some some video about like the earnings for this last year and everything, and it said that obviously the majority of their money comes, well, a good chunk of the money comes from the parks, not a majority, and that they have not seen an uptick in an uptick in attendees. They just seen attendees spend more. So there's now been like a flat line for people going to Disney. It's just that those people who are Disney adults, people who really love that shit, are spending more money now. As opposed to the $8 bottle of water, it's now $12. They just don't care anymore. They're spending their retirement and everything else, to go have fun for a couple of days. There was even an article that said that a trip to Disney World Orlando is more expensive than taking a family of four to Paris.
Jeez.
Oh, so Kevin McAllister's dad, is that why they went to Florida in the second one?
Yeah.
They wanted to spend even more money? They're like, hey, Paris,
Yeah.
let's blow money in Florida.
Yeah, the numbers are here. It was let's see, the article's like, okay, a family of four in Paris runs $6,669. The Florida equivalent is $6,975.
It's
However,
Florida.
Wait, hang on.
No. But it's a Disney vacation in Florida.
Yes, but you don't have to deal with any stuffy ass frogs trying to serve you croissants with butter.
That is also true, but I mean, do you want to deal with the mouse?
I would rather deal with the mouse than go hang out with a bunch of cheesy and surrender monkeys.
Kendo, your patriotism is not misplaced, but I would rather go enjoy the wonders of France than hang out in a giant swamp with dudes in Mickey Mouse costumes and like turkey legs that cost $20. Seriously.
So there's
like,
that.
There are
But
no
if
prostitutes in Disney World. You can go get laid in France.
While that is
Chloe
also
with webbed
accurate,
feet.
either way, my France trip would be going around and pointing to all the French people and be like, hey, you see that beach down there? That's where we saved your ass. Hey, you see that big old hole right there that was a trench? That's where we saved your ass. You fucking owe me, motherfucker.
Well, do you want to go
Sprechen Sie
look
Deutsch?
at
No, you don't. You're welcome.
folks?
Kendo would come to
press
look like a goddamn American Gladiator as he walks through France.
An American Kendo in Paris. That's what the fucking story's called. Folks, if you want us to send Kendo to Paris and document it all, well, help us get to 400,000 by the end of this year, and we will celebrate.
Oh my god,
going
that would
to
be
Europe.
great.
It's not that hard to do.
No, it really
I've seen
isn't.
a lot of videos about what's going on in Paris. I don't think I should go there. I feel like I would not be safe.
Oh, okay. Well,
Unless
you know
I have
what?
a massive entourage.
Well, you'll have the three of us. You're going to be fine.
Yeah, I'm about to say, buddy, you'll be all
Dion
right.
security.
Yeah. Be like, well, Pierre, you're welcome. Shut up. I'm not eating your snails.
No, we're not doing that shit.
Look at that S-car go. I don't really think that Disney adults, because they're the ones with no kids, according to Joseph Bienowicz. I think Disney adults are
that's
kinda
true
weird.
because I know a couple who would go twice a year to Disney.
I mean that there definitely is a increase of Disney reaching out to Disney adults, right? There definitely is a part of it, but I'm in the camp that they still want families. They suffer from that same bug that Vince McMahon got, where it's if you got 1.5 kids, that's who Disney's going after, but for some reason they don't want the majority of those. They want the ones that whose mommy and daddy work for J.P. Morgan
Boeing or Lockheed Martin.
Or Nintendo.
For sure.
Universal is cheaper than Disney, and it's a better experience because you get so much.
When we went for Halloween Horror Nights, we had so much fun.
That park was huge.
Yeah, it was so much
and
fun.
the one
Plus,
in California was a good deal too. Hell, it was $50 a month to keep. I had a pass. It was $50 a month, which you're like, that's expensive. Not really, because it included front of the line, free parking, discounts on all your food, and you're talking like a drink was $6. And I know you're thinking, oh, $6 for a drink, that's expensive. But it's not much more than a movie theater, and it was like that weird Harry Potter butterbeer shit. And you're like, oh, okay, that's not that bad. You may go and spend $100 at Universal, but you're either full or you're coming home with merchandise.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that's true. And plus, they spent. I want to say they spent $5 billion on the new park that's happening right now, and also they have a permanent year-round Halloween Horror Nights in Vegas that's coming out this year. So there's
Nick?
that.
Okay, guys,
Yep.
I got it. Next year, when that's open, so it'll have to be 2027. But let's go to that AVN and like hit up a couple buffets, and we'll document it for the channel, and it'll be business expense.
Deal.
I can dig it.
Now I know Kendo and Dion can't go into AVN because they're happily married men. So Nick and I will go in, and you guys can play the craps tables, and we're gonna go interview Riley Reid.
Hey, window shopping does not count as
Window shopping,
buddy. I got your back no matter what. All right, you make the decisions.
Window
I'll back
shopping.
you.
I love it.
Give her some window.
I'm just seeing what the inventory is. I'm not buying it.
Looking at
You can check the stock. There's a restock. There's a restock fee, Dion. It's gonna cost you everything. You gotta take that back.
That's true. That's a reason.
Plus a relocation fee.
You always have a home here. Don't worry, okay?
My man.
You guys will have bunk beds. It'll be fun.
Mama, your long lost son has made it. Don't worry about the whys. Just be happy that I'm there.
Dude, she will not ask you a goddamn
Oh
question.
my
She
God.
will cook for you,
That
and we
would
will
be-
just be making content all day and night. You'd be like, fuck it. My life is different
Your mother
now.
would be like, so we get him once a month?
No. You get him. You get him for you get him for every month. Every month now.
That's right. And then
You'll have
2
to
weeks in the summer.
Oh, it's fair. We won't go to Disney World for those 2 weeks in the summer, though.
Oh my God.
Perfect.
Let's check in with the audience because our friend Adama has sent in 2 very generous super chats, and I want to make sure we answer those right now. But first off, our friend Enrique says, "Who has the worst mayor, Los Angeles or Dalton?" Falling Stormtrooper, please. I'm gonna go.
The LA
I'm gonna go
one.
LA.
I
He
think
agrees.
Yeah, the LA one is definitely in the crosshairs now because of what's been going on. But
Well, I mean, yeah, she wasn't fighting or anything, but when she got confronted, she just like was deer in the headlights. She was like,
If I say something
Nothing.
stupid, this is forever.
That was
yeah, but if you say nothing, it's forever too.
Well,
it didn't help that her wingman happened to be the governor of California too.
that is my least favorite person in America. Like, of all the politicians, of all the people with public office, Mr. Garden Party himself.
Finding himself.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, he did. I mean, they did misplace $20 billion out of nowhere. So that's fun.
Yeah, it's all up in smoke now. Anyway, here's the button. Some dude was posting on Twitter. He's like, I have to pay $50,000 in property taxes just to rebuild. He's like, I can afford it. I'm happy to pay it. But I'm like, I wouldn't be too happy to pay
Yeah.
50
You
grand.
you have to pay that. Plus, you have to wait probably 18 years to get the permit to do it, unless they've fast tracked it. I think they've said something about that, like fast tracking the permits for people who have lost houses to get it done. But it's like, that's weird because they have the ability to fast track every permit, but they're just doing it now because it's an emergency. It's like, it's really just a whole like clusterfuck. It's strange.
Adama, thank you very much for both of these very generous super chats. Hail, bullshitters. Jeff, I'm curious what the guys think about this question from the High Council. Let's see if you guys can figure it out because we had trouble. What are some 90s equivalents to great 80s movies? The Breakfast Club and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And Adama gives an answer in a minute, but I want to know what you guys think first.
Breakfast Club would be Can't Hardly Wait. That would be the equivalent of Breakfast Club.
You think?
Yeah, because you have those friends, those nerds, and this guy trying to, like, it's a slightly different story, but it's kind of in that same vein of like dealing with like those groups of people in a certain like area. So I feel like that's the way to go. And plus Seth Green acting like he's black.
Oh, is that what that comes from and not another teen movie where the guy acts like he's Asian?
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah.
I never saw Can't Hardly Wait.
That's a good one. I mean, one that immediately comes to mind, we were just talking about The Faculty, right? It was The Breakfast Club, but it was
the horror version.
The 90s being able to incorporate a theme pretty good. This theme being aliens. I love The Faculty for that reason. What was the other one? It was
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Day Off.
Oh, Snow Day. Snow Day. That's the equivalent. Snow Day.
With Chevy Chase?
Yes. Snow Day. What a reference. Now,
Nick, you know that was supposed to be originally, right?
I forget, what is it?
It was supposed to be, and if you watch it closely, you can see it's the same script. That's a Pete and Pete movie.
Yeah,
That
okay,
was-
yes.
It's straight up the Adventures of Pete and Pete. Even Iggy Pop's in it.
True. But yeah, Snow Day is the 90s equivalent of that for sure. I think Snow Day came out in the 90s, right, or maybe a little bit afterwards.
I think it's either
check.
it's like 2000.
yeah,
Maybe
it's
it's
2000. All right. I guess.
Well-
I guess.
well,
It
Nick,
counts.
let me know what you think about this. But for the 90s, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Friday. Friday.
Oh
was-
shit! Yes.
Was,
That
it was
theoretically
Ferris
works.
Bueller's Day Off, but instead of Chicago, it's LA, and instead of our boy, it's two Negroes.
Smokey and Craig.
Well,
Smokey
no.
and Craig fight.
No. Here's the equivalent to Friday. Clerks.
I mean, Clerks is White Friday.
Because instead of getting fired, he shouldn't have been in there that day. So like he shouldn't have worked that day. I think that's a better equivalent.
Including a changed ending too. That's
Yep.
a very good point.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to watch Dante Hicks die. He's
Yeah.
my favorite cousin.
If you want a Breakfast Club, but from the 2000s, maybe 2010s. Yeah, I know, but since we've already covered that, I was thinking Hot Tub Time Machine is like a Breakfast Club, but of 2010 because they're all coming back together and they don't really know each other anymore, and they're just like stuck hanging out. They don't really want to, and then by the end of the movie, they're like, "Oh my god, we're like all best friends again."
You are
It
so
has the
Rob
true
Corddry
best
in that
friend
movie.
moment. It has the true best friend moment where the bully has a thing and they're just like, let's just kick his ass and take it. Like that is you and the boys be like, let's just beat his ass and take it. Best part of that movie.
By the way,
yeah.
By the way, something great that's happening. I think it's on Max. They have the unrated cut of Hot Tub Time Machine on there right now on Max. And Max has been doing extended unrated cuts the last couple of months now. So I'm very happy that they're doing that, because if you to find those is difficult. You have to either buy them on Blu-ray or DVD or pay for them on Amazon Prime. So I'm happy that that they're doing that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I will have to watch that movie. It's been a decade. Dion had to twist my arm to
So
go see
good.
that back in the day. I was like, this movie looks dumb. This trailer is stupid. He's like, trust me. And we went, and I was like, I'm sorry. And then we went to the movie for the next 8 weeks in a row.
Great White Buffalo. Great White Buffalo.
Yeah, that was
Great White Buffalo.
That was my similar story. I had a friend that watched it. He's like, dude, that movie's so good. I was like, that looks so stupid. That's got to be the most retarded movie I ever saw. And then it was on, and I watched it. I rented it from Redbox when I was still a thing. I got it, and I took it home and watched it. I'm like, this is awesome. I watched it the next day. And then I didn't take it back. And I watched it the next day. And then I just went and bought it.
Actually, you can still get movies from Redbox, but you got to take the entire machine with you home and break it open.
Yeah, but there's no return fees if you don't take them back.
Yeah, no return fees. Yeah, no return fees. Don't have to call the place or anything. Just take the machine away from where it is, and you can haul it away for free. They don't even
Nick,
charge
I
you for
think,
it.
look, you have a nice place now. You have enough space. I think you should acquire a Redbox machine for your living room as a conversation piece. Like over in your dining room area, actually, by where you keep the bar, that little rolling alcohol cart. Like, just put the Redbox there, plug it in, and people are like, oh, cool. Just
or I could do something even better and just make a giant Plex server that has like 20 terabytes of movies on it.
I was going to say,
there's
though,
the
you should
future.
keep the Redbox, turn it into a cooler, a refrigerator.
Oh shit! No,
with a
there's an
screen
idea.
on it.
There's an
So
idea.
people are
There's
like,
an
"Oh man,
idea.
you got a Redbox?" Yeah, I do. Full of
There's
rhino
an
dart.
idea. There's an idea. I like that. But yeah, does anybody else have any other equivalencies for those movies by any chance? Anybody in the chat or anything?
Adama does actually.
Okay.
Thank you, Adama. Again, as 90 successors of the Breakfast Club, I would have picked The Perfect Score. However, it was released in 2004. Well,
I forgot
tried.
about that. That was a good movie. Fuck.
I'd say that counts the 2000s equivalent for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but that was one with Chris Evans and Sarah Scarlett Johansson. Yep.
Yeah, good old ScarJo.
Where she was kind of like the alternative hacker chick.
Yep.
Oh, I remember.
Yep.
I used to watch anything she was in back in the day.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
I just thought of something. If they made Hot Tub Time Machine today, they would go back to the year 2001.
Oh, shut up!
You had to do that, dude.
Okay, Kendra. If they made Back to the Future now, when would they go back?
They would go back to 1995.
There you go.
Marty McFly's gonna go watch GoldenEye and play the PlayStation. Great Scott! There's no 4K ray tracing, Doc. What am I gonna do without a cell phone?
Asshole.
Well, Marty, you're gonna do what we did. Wait till it loads. Like, just
Doc, what if I want to watch porn? You gotta wait for it to load.
you gotta go to the store, Marty, and deal with the stairs. All the stairs, Marty. They're gonna look at you. They're all gonna judge. They're all gonna know. The Pam and Tommy tape isn't even out yet, Doc. I know. You'll have to do with Ron Jeremy.
Oh fuck.
Who's president in 1995? Easy. That's Bill Clinton.
Okay, all right. That's what I thought it was.
Or no, now it'd be who's president in 2025? Easy. It's Donald Trump. Donald Trump, the guy.
The guy from Home Alone. Yes,
The
him.
actor.
The actor.
The real estate guy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It makes okay. That's a trajectory.
Who's the vice president? Jeff Probst?
I don't even know if he's born yet. Well, he has to be born, but you know, he's like 3 at this point. How old is JD Vance?
I have no idea.
I don't really care that much. JD Vance is 40. Okay, so he.
But I know-
10 years
but-
old.
Vance is.
But I know I know he met his wife at the volley party for sure.
He's from here.
Yep.
Like, he's from like 40 minutes from where I currently am.
Well, I mean, you're about to get Vivek Ramaswamy as your governor, I think, as well too. So,
Or he's gonna try to go for that vacant Senate seat.
yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
I'll just move.
Good luck.
Hey, come down to Atlanta, man.
I don't know, man. The cost of living there is not that far off from California. I kind of
It's
like
not-
my
it's
Midwest
not- it's
cushion.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
My milk and eggs might be like, $15, but the rent's cheap.
That's true. That's true.
Especially compared to California.
Michigan, you
Yeah.
got it good in Michigan, man. It's such a comfy existence up there. It's like you only need this much to do that
it's
much.
going up a little bit, and they're trying, at least in mid-Michigan too, they're trying to build more space because so many people are moving here. So we're going to see with the next couple of years
Shit,
what they're
man.
going to do. But
We
they're
have-
trying to
Dude,
build
there
some
are
more affordable living up here, boy.
there are 5 apartment complexes around me that go up like every 6 months here. It's insane. It is literally insane. Like they get built overnight. It seems like it's crazy.
Yeah, man, we need a lot more of those around here. But we'll see, man. Welcome to the future. But that cost of living's real nice.
Yeah, well, we should just buy Briarville near Chattanooga or something.
Chattanooga
Hey,
was nice.
Talk about investments, man. Freaking apartment buildings. That's what my uncle Pepe's getting into, man. Is he got married the end of last summer, and his new wife, that's what she does. She just rents property. And he bought a new building here a couple weeks ago, man. That's not a bad investment, dog. All you gotta do is have a couple strong guys to go in and kick a few tenants out when they get a little wild, and you're good to go.
Dion, will you be the strong guy? Because I'll buy the We'll all buy the building, and you just go listen, motherfucker, and then you know what to do.
Still your rent's due, motherfucker.
Don't try not falling down the stairs, shit.
I feel like Dan would really love that. Like every day he'd get up extra early every day and have like really strong coffee and like just do some ass kicking.
He's
for the day.
Dale in that episode of King of the Hill where he's got to fire everyone. Stick tech. Rodriguez, you're fired. And Dion just walks to the door. Motherfucker, you're out. What? You're a day late on your rent. I ain't got time for your bullshit. I don't care if you have kids. Get out.
No, but your partner has to be Kendo, and Kendo's gonna come in like what's his name from
Vega?
Entourage from Entourage with the paint gun.
Oh,
Dude, I think you should just be Jules Winfield and Vega from fucking Pulp Fiction. Just wear the
Vega,
suit.
yeah.
Yeah, I always called him Vincent Vega. What's the one in Reservoir Dogs? His brother's name? Because I was gonna call him that one. I couldn't think of it. Michael
I can't
Madsen
either. I know what
plays
you're
him.
talking about though. Is it
Either
Richard?
way, though, Dion, you need a Jerry curl wig, and Kendo, we need to get your hair darkened a little bit. Just roll in and scare people, straight up.
And we'll do the same right before we go and kick in someone's door. You ever give a man a foot massage?
Just don't drop anybody from a balcony.
I can't promise.
Here's that button for you, Adama.
Who's that Pokemon? It's dead.
Shit, that's the wrong one. Sorry.
Who's that Pokemon? It's me, Austin! Oh, son of a bitch!
Thank you, Adama, for both of your very generous super chats. Enrique Vasquez says, sending Private Kendo. Here's $2. All right, Kendo. That's going to get you a croissant in France.
Maybe.
Maybe.
A croissant and like maybe an espresso.
Yeah, as long as
Well-
I don't have to deal with the Germans.
Well, the German men's rowing team is going to be in town the day you're there. So
Oh, good. I'll just get a bullhorn and be like, "Du hast eine Käseschwanz."
Schnell, schnell.
Yeah, mach schnell,
Los.
mach schnell. By the way,
Let's get los.
back to back World War champs. You're not.
Gunner, thank you very much.
We can't take Kendo anywhere overseas. He's going to get us in trouble.
Kendo's going to get never mind of the detained over there. We'll get deported from France. We're there the first day we land, we eat, have a couple drinks, get the fuck out. All right. Well, we hardly knew you.
Take
We
me
just
to the
walk away.
American consulate and get your fucking frog hands off me right now.
I want to get kicked out of the Louvre for touching stuff.
Like,
I want to be
beat
the
off.
worst American possible. I'm gonna like eat by a Van Gogh, just right up there. Start talking to Dion about shit, smacking. Sir, you got butter on the Mona Lisa. Like whatever. Sorry.
Yeah. Just call everybody Pierre. Be like, listen here, Pierre. I'm gonna get shit off of you.
I vote berets though. We should all wear berets the wrong way when we're there.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah. Take it off. Like, here, can you hold my beret?
I want to piss off the Eiffel Tower, like literally piss off the Eiffel Tower. Is that a crime? It's got it. No. I
Hey,
don't know.
no,
It's a weird crime.
It
it's
has
true.
to
It's
be.
true. It's true.
I think discharging anything, whether it's piss, pennies, anything off the Eiffel Tower, probably would get you in trouble.
How about we play frisbee? We throw our berets off the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah,
Catch!
they just picture best.
Yeah, one of us is on the ground, like I got it, and then no, you fall into the Seine, and yeah, it's whatever.
No, what we'll do?
That's a terrible idea.
No, what we'll do is we'll play a game. We'll get a bunch of baguettes and go up there, and we'll just like try to drop them to each other, try to catch it, and like we're playing Dude Perfect.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say we're gonna fight like we have swords with baguettes.
We can do
Do
that,
that too.
Who killed my father? Prepare to die, all the way up the fucking Eiffel Tower.
Just walk around asking people where like landmarks are that aren't in France. Like, hey, where's the Leaning Tower of Pisa? Is it like over
Where's
here?
the Taj Mahal?
somewhere?
Where is that? Is that around
Yeah.
the corner? What's going
It's
on?
about 5,000 miles or 2,000 miles that way, sir. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're like, how the Champs-Elysees? It was really nice seeing the Germans go through here so easily. That was a cool picture, wasn't it? You guys picture that French dude crying?
Is the Big Ben over there? Is it over there? Okay.
There's Parliament too.
Oh God.
Our friend Gunner says, "You'll get your rent when you fix this damn door." That was added for sound effect reasons because Bully McGuire's the best.
Darn right.
I love that even though that movie is crap, the memes have lived on forever. I think that's Spider-Man 3's greatest legacy, Dion.
Yep. Sam Raimi's second greatest thing behind Spider-Man is the Spider-Man memes.
Yeah, I agree. I watched the first Spider-Man, part of it the other day when I was on the bike, and I was like, man, the action scenes in this movie still hit. I know it's like people consider the first one the lesser of the three, and I'm like, nah, the first one you could argue is the best. I'll go for 2, but it's a solid movie, man. It's pretty watertight. They haven't really done better with Spider-Man. Sorry, Tom Holland. Oh, I did check out that new Spider-Man cartoon. I'll make a video of it because I'm not gonna rant and rave, but it
looks
weird.
like they took the cell shading from a Scanner Darkly and made a cartoon. It's very strange.
It's got that jittery look, but it's not like the Spider-Verse. It looks like cheap animation.
Yeah, it's very strange because I watched a little trailer for it, a couple of days back, and I was like, "This is weird. I don't know what this is. It's strange."
I'm not into the swapping of the characters, but the thing that pisses me off, and I'll save the rest for the video, is the costume looks like shit. He wears a jersey, and he keeps I love that we live in an age where we try to deconstruct and make reason, find the answers to why for things that we don't need. It's like, how does Spider-Man shoot his webs before he gets the costume? Well, he never doesn't have the costume. In the book, he just goes, oh, I'm going to need something because a spider has a web, and he makes the web shooter in one panel. I'm going to need a suit. And then he pricks his finger and sews a suit. this isn't about Spider-Man. This is just a lot of entertainment. I find that we're stuck in this cycle of we have to find out like why this character carries this gun or why this character drives this car, and like they think that's a story when in reality it's just a tool. Like, do you really care where Tim the Toolman Taylor gets the drill bit for his like tool? Like, no, you don't care about that. You want to watch him glue his head to a fucking table. Like all of the things with entertainment today, it's like we're so hyper focused on the dumb minutia, and it's never fun. Like if you came up with a great story of like how so and so got this. Sure, but we literally watched a movie where Han Solo got his gun. The same gun that he just gets rid of between movies because it's just a gun to him. Like, we keep putting all this value onto nothing. So I think for brand entertainment, we could stop doing that stuff.
No, I agree. But, I mean, you know, they're like, for visual medium and things like that, there at least needs to be, like, a small transition scene. Like you said, one panel in the book. At least needs to be, like, you know, like... maybe a minute or two taken for making of the web or making of the web shooter, and then you know of the costume as well. But just like you know, small, like just kind of like to get there, not like 5 or 10 minutes. There's no need to do that.
Well, you know, you know that's one of those things that kind of are a byproduct of there not being a lot of creativity, right? Like so, you know, 20, 30 years ago, having a backstory on a specific item and a story was cool because it added to the story. You know, Lord of the Rings, you know, they talk about the ring, they talk about Narsil, they talk about the Mithril, you know, obviously Star Wars, his blaster, Anakin's lightsaber, you know, a lot of different stuff had very specific, you know, small items had backstories to them. But now you fast forward to the 2020s, and it really started obviously in the mid part through the 2010s. They don't have the ability to write a story where the story is good and the small items, the backstory behind these items supplement it, as opposed to, you know, you have issues like in The Force Awakens where, hey, here's his lightsaber. How'd you get it? That's a story for another time. You know, there's not a lot. They don't have a lot of ideas, right? Or at least, not that they don't have ideas. They're not, you know, especially obviously with movies, there isn't a lot of craftsmanship or faith in the craftsmanship of the story's good, and then we care about the blaster, as opposed to that's the whole story now. So it's, I mean, you know, man, it's a sign of the times, dude. You know, originality is not in high quantity these days.
Nope.
So you're telling me I made a mistake by not dedicating 45 of the 100 pages of Wokebusters to how we met before the story takes place, or how Nick decided on the shape of the magic wand? Like, are you telling me that I should have spent like all the book on that?
Because, listen, just say quantum like 4 times, and people will understand what it is.
Oh yeah,
quantum rim jobs. Got it. That's the story, folks. That's our new sci-fi title. Dude, we should do a podcast called Quantum Rim Jobs and see how many people listen. We'll just talk about like science and shit. Be like, what the fuck? Let me see if that domain's available real quick.
Oh my god.
Tell me you would not want to be on that show with me.
Oh, 100%. I could. Yeah, I would get inebriated in some way, shape, or form and talk science and about shit, you know, that I've heard throughout the week or whatever. It'd be great, especially the stuff I heard about the Google Willow chip. I think I talked about that. That thing's wild.
Is that the one that can do the super processing and like break crypto and all that?
Yeah, but the theory on how it can do it is like insane. Apparently, it accesses itself in other parallel universes to like take it accesses itself in other parallel universes to like take the load of that equation and put it onto those other chips, and then it comes up with that answer.
So when does it overtake us and Skynet becomes real?
When AI gets a hold of it. That's when it happens. When ChatGPT gets a hold of it, or DeepSeek, whatever it is, the Chinese one is now, gets a hold of it and has access to it and turns it on, then we're screwed. Then the singularity happens and we're gone.
Well, Nick, it was nice knowing you. Hey, Dion, while I got this on screen, we're talking about stories. You and I saw a little movie called Flight Risk last week. We weren't going to review it for the for videos proper, but we both kind of walked out of this movie pretty happy, correct?
Amen to that. Yes, sir.
So, folks, if you don't know, and I'm not going to spoil the twists, but this first part is in the trailer, but it's the story of Topher Grace and a lady who is a federal agent, and Topher Grace is a witness to a mob boss. He's done some work for the guy, and he's going to have to go to testify in court, and they have to fly him to Juneau, and they're going to then fly into America, but the pilot really isn't the pilot, and that's in the trailer. That's not the twist of the movie. But I gotta say, this was a 90-minute movie that moved at a lightning pace. It had good special effects for what was in it. The acting was on point. The tension was great. And the couple twists you got and the fake ending, I was on board with this movie. So I recommend you watch this as soon as it hits streaming. But if you're looking for something that's fun and easily digestible, go out and see it now. I don't think you'll have a bad time.
Agreed. It's very fun. It definitely is one of those one-off stories where the characters are good in it. So the characters you see on screen, the characters you don't, but you hear from, are all interesting. Everyone that's in the movie is essential to the plot. Speaking of, we were going on about backstories of all different bullshit. You don't have that in this movie. It's pretty cut and dry to the point. And listen, whatever you say about Mark Wahlberg, he is one of the most fun parts of this movie. At least while he's in it, without giving any spoilers.
Say hello to your mother for me. Yeah, you don't remember that skit when he's talking to all the plants on SNL?
Yeah, no. I remember that. I remember that.
How's your mother?
God. How's your mother? Yeah, he's done a lot of Netflix movies in the last couple of years that have been kind of duds. So.
Yeah, well, he still has. What's the recent one that came out with Halle Berry? Where
the Union?
Yeah. I still haven't seen that one, but listen, if you are at least in a place where you're kind of tired of Mark Wahlberg because of all the Netflix stuff, this is a nice, fresh breath of air. For sure.
Also,
it's nice to see Wahlberg in something that is actually thought all the way through, as opposed to the gimmick that it's supposed to be in. And he is entertaining, man. He is, that was always my issue with the Netflix stuff. It was supposed to specifically be like a Mark Wahlberg plus Kevin Hart vehicle, where this one, it's not trying to put Mark over the whole rest of the cast. It's a hell of a lot more balanced, and you don't have a whole lot of Mark Wahlbergisms in it. He is the pilot. That's what he's doing, and he sticks to it. They don't have to go into this backstory about him, and especially where they're setting him up to be a scary character. They do a very good job with that. And old Marky Mark does a damn fine job.
Dude, Topher Grace was good in it too.
Oh yeah.
It was funny you guys are saying things positively about it, because I was hearing such shit about it. I was like, oh, this is bad. It's not that good. But it's funny also because it has a very 90s like action movie title, Flight Risk.
It's a very 90s action movie.
Which makes me happy, and I'm probably gonna go watch it tomorrow. Now that you guys have given it such a positive review, I'm gonna go check it out and
have a
and
drink
see.
or something else, and go watch this movie. You'll fucking.
I will
it
actually. Let me see where this is playing near me, so I can check it out.
Yeah, make sure you give the exact
It's
location.
definitely on my list whenever it
let's
shows
see.
up someplace for me to be able to watch it at home.
Have a drink, take a couple California shots. You're gonna have a good time. And
Oh man, you'll really
all
laugh
right,
your
all
ass
right.
off at the movie if you do that part.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. It's nearby
schoolboy.
tomorrow. It's nearby tomorrow. It's playing all day tomorrow. I'm good. I'm good to go. I know where I can go and check it out. So I'm straight.
Absolutely do it.
Yeah. No. It's good to know. It's good to know.
Did you just say Honda Pilot?
No, y'all need a pilot.
Oh, y'all need a pilot. I thought you just said
See,
Honda
you're
Pilot.
educated. The y'all crunched together with the Nita. You know what I mean? That throws. Appalachians. They understand all
Dion,
that.
there is a water tower by me that says Florence, y'all. Like that's how they treat it in Kentucky.
I know where that
river.
I know where that water tower is. I pass all the fucking time.
Yeah,
You have to. You can't get to me
times.
unless you pass the Florence, y'all. The funny thing is, it's in the parking lot of the Florence Mall, and across that, they built a brand new apartment complex called the Florence Hall. So if you can think of any other ALL words, we're gonna get all of those from Florence. I don't know.
Go down to the Florence Mall and buy yourself a Florence shawl.
There you go. Florence Shaw sounds like a white lady actress from the 80s,
Well, I'm married to one, so I get it.
Oh, you're married to Florence Shaw? The Florence Shaw? I'm not going to call Hillary anymore. I'm like, hey, it's Florence Shaw. What is up?
She'll be so confused.
Yo, Flo, what do you know?
Flow like the TV show.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so folks, check it out. I think you guys will have a good time with that.
Yeah, I thought the last good Mark Wahlberg movie was The Shooter that came out. I'm sure it came out years ago. Oh no, sorry, Patriot Day was pretty good. Patriot Day was pretty good. I'm sorry.
Shooter's like
Damn,
20 years old.
Shooter's like 2007, right?
Is it really? Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
It is 2007. Holy shit. I mean, it's not as bad as Planet of the Apes in 01, so you know, there's that.
That's a garbage movie. That is a.
I still have the toys from that because I was so excited. I went and bought the toys when I was a kid before I went to go watch the movie. So they're still in my place.
I can do you one better. I asked for the toys from Lost in Space, the movie.
Oh my god!
I have a Matt LeBlanc action figure somewhere in this collection.
Oh my god! Well, at least those toys are kind of cool though. Those toys are kind of cool, but I'm sure they're not worth like anything.
Oh, you know, I'm gonna look it up real quick. Because it's like, I got so pumped to see this movie. You can get the whole set for $30. Never mind.
Oh god.
Yep, there it is. Major Don West. That's the one I had. My aunt bought me that at Meijer or something.
Oh jeez.
Wait, it was $3.47 on sale. Huh. Anyway, Nick, we should not watch Planet of the Apes for its 25th anniversary next year.
Well, we could always do a drunk watch for it, so that's a thing, you know.
Next year when it turns 25. We got to start our 25
Even
watches
Tim
now.
Roth could not save that movie.
And he was the best part of that movie.
Dude, I'm looking at those Planet of the Apes toys on eBay. They ain't going nowhere.
No.
They cannot be saved.
Let me look up the Mark Wahlberg figure. Let's see, Mark Wahlberg. I hated back when we were growing up when all these action figures had stupid dramatic poses.
They did.
Like, they couldn't just stand there like they did back in the 70s and 80s. I would look
my
at
god,
old toys
the
and go,
Mark
"Man,
Wahlberg
this
one is like out of box is like $5, pre-owned $5.
He does a disco pose, dude.
He does do a disco pose.
Don't worry, folks. I'm pulling it up. Can somebody tell me like what is the thought process? Like, hey, we're gonna make an action figure from this new movie. No, it's really just John Travolta, but we're gonna put Mark Wahlberg's face on it.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the box right now on eBay. It's $8 and it's nobody wants this shit.
The messed up part is
this.
It has a good face sculpt. That looks like Mark Wahlberg in the face.
It doesn't. It looks like Ryan Reynolds.
Let me pull up a bigger image. Oh yeah, it's kind of creepy how much it looks like Ryan Reynolds. Folks in the chat, let us know if you think this is Mark Wahlberg or Ryan Reynolds. I think it's Ryan Reynolds now that I look at it. I don't know, it's both.
Yeah.
Now you have to see how much General Thade is worth because the Tim Roth figure should be worth way more than the Mark Wahlberg. And if it's not, I'm going to be very upset.
Let's see. General Thade action figure.
The one on the horse is worth about $30.
You can get this single carded release one. Oh, never mind. It was no longer. Oh, it went for $11. That was half off of its original list price of $22. So
good. There is some justice in this world.
God, I hate that fucking movie. Anyway,
I was so pumped and so let down immediately.
We got Ryan Reynolds from TLJ Screwjob, so it's official. It's the Ryan Reynolds. Somebody should pop the head off and put it on a Deadpool figure.
Please. Oh, and like you can get them in mass on eBay for cheap, like real cheap, like for damn
Nick,
nothing.
You know what we do is we buy them all, we pop off the heads, we take a Dremel to tool them to fit a Marvel Legends body, and we sell it for $30 each.
There you go. That makes sense. I'm down for it. Let's get a assembly line going and start pumping these out.
Look, we got to make Briarville happen somehow, and I'm not going to start hooking. So, and neither are you, Nick. You can get the money, but I got too much self-respect.
Well, I mean, both of us can because we're racially ambiguous. We can, be whatever they want to be. So
the racially ambiguous duo. There you go. That's our new fucking super team.
It's true.
Am I making the shirts?
Probably. Yes, you're making the shirts. You're making the shirts, but it's got to be in the same design as the actual like cartoon.
Yeah, I'll draw us just in that style.
No, don't draw us.
We'll be flying.
Don't do that. Don't do that. The logo just has to be kind of the same. Don't draw our characters like that. That's weird. Don't do that.
Gary and Ace. in that
Carrying-
fucking car. I used to laugh so much at that as a kid.
Dude, it was so much fun. Oh my god, it was.
Good old Robert Smigel, Saturday TV Funhouse.
Oh yeah.
Now, guys, I keep putting this thing up on the screen, the Stranger Things poster. Not because I'm excited for Stranger Things Season 5 and I'm hyped up, but I want to find out what happens if I call the phone number on the Stranger Things poster. Do you want to hear it on air?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, it's a real number. So let me call this, and we'll call the Stranger Things number. 2020.
All right.
Thank you for contacting the Hawkins Police Department. Due to the recent 7.4 magnitude earthquake, Hawkins is currently under lockdown to ensure the safety of our residents. The Hawkins Emergency Task Force is working closely with Hawkins PD to track down missing persons, of which Jane Hopper is the priority. We urge you, as a responsible citizen of Hawkins, to assist us in our search to locate her.
Lame. That didn't even sound real.
She's worth a reward of $3,000. Wait, no. Yeah, $3,000. Okay.
$2,000 to be paid. All leads must result in location of Jane Hopper or her body. Yeah. Last seen walking on the sidewalk near Hawkins High School, where she mysteriously disappeared that afternoon, June 13th, 1986. Police Department and the information regarding the person. Okay. So
I wish we could have left a voicemail. Like, yeah, she's dead. I saw her out in front of the Waffle House. That chick is definitely dead.
A little dark.
Well, so are we.
No, man, I'm sorry. Albuquerque. I don't know what she was doing there.
When this season drops, I'm sure we'll watch it, but like, it's too late, man. Like 3 years between seasons.
Oh god, yeah. Actually, they just tore down the Hawkins High School. Like that gymnasium, whatever, is gone. It's gone now.
God damn it, Nick. Where are we gonna go for the dance now? I got my jacket, my shoes ready to go. I was gonna do the moonwalk.
I don't know wherever they had the Enchanted Under the Sea dance. We can go there.
I've actually been to that building in real life. Before I left California, a friend took me to all the Back to the Future shooting locations we could get to in a single day.
Nice.
We went to the mall. We went to Doc's house. We went to Marty's house. We went to Biff's house. We went to... They never show Lorraine's house. I think we even went to Jennifer's house. So we hit them all.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we hit the school. Not physically hit the school. We just drove by it. We're not this kind. We don't assault buildings, okay?
Yeah, okay. That's good.
I have a friend whose sister just randomly wrecked into a CVS pharmacy. Like, she was parked, and then she just wrecked into the CVS pharmacy. I don't know
That's
how
impressive.
That happened.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I'll tell you the whole story off air. Anyway.
Okay, all right.
I'm kind of disappointed that number only yielded that voicemail.
Yeah, I mean, I figured it was going to be some like semi-promotional thing or whatever they do. They want to get people like they want to keep the momentum going for it because they said it's going to come out in March, but they just got done shooting it like the week before Christmas.
Wouldn't it be funny if nobody watched it?
Hilarious.
Dude, I shit you. I'm pretty sure that the initial I'm sure they're going to divide it up into two parts because that's just what they're going to do. But I'm sure the initial watch is not going to be that big as they're expecting. It's just not, because people, like you said, it's been too long between seasons and it's taking too long as well. Like they should have done some like behind the scenes thing or like given us an in between episode or something to keep us motivated to watch it. But even some side characters or whatever, give us something about some side characters or something, like anything to keep us going. Nothing for years.
Or in season 3 you could not have the Soviets build this massive underground secret base in the middle of Indiana and nobody noticed. We could suspend disbelief enough that there's a Demogorgon and an Upside Down, and the kid's Upside Down tingles because he got captured there. And then I'm trying to remember what even happened in the second season. It was that long ago.
It was Justice for Barb. That was the whole second season.
That really was the second season. Yeah. The second season was a lot of fan service.
And then you get to season 3, and that's where disbelief gets suspended because of the height of the Cold War in the middle of the 80s. Nobody notices this mass, or even it would have taken so long that even into the 70s, into the 80s, this massive construction project that had to have occurred, and the only thing that was yielded was this small little mall. Nobody took notice of that. Nobody paid attention.
I love how that's your like your ceiling for like disbelief. The girl who can do things with her mind, the CIA base in town, the conspiracy theory stuff, the parallel dark dimension, the Demogorgon, all that stuff is fine, but like the ceiling of like the Soviets coming into a small like Midwest town and making them all.
I can buy the sci-fi aspect of the girl's mind powers,
but the Cold War logistics, like you can't fucking like get past that.
No, there's no fucking way.
It tracks.
It would have gotten noticed because, plus the people would have been poking around, going, "Why is this construction site going on for so long? How is it they were building all this stuff and there was all this dirt being excavated and everything, and all it's here is a mall? That doesn't track."
I mean, they could have like gone underneath and like
because
up
the
there.
Midwest is known for tracking all the type of construction that goes on up here.
Yeah. Also, like, I mean, come on, you've seen construction go on for like 10 and 12 years. Come the fuck.
Yeah,
on,
I-75 is still under construction.
Come the fuck on, Kendo.
During when I was in
I-75 stays under construction,
and this is modern construction. So come the fuck on, Kendo.
Right, but at the end of the day, there's always something there. So, like, if it takes them 10 years to build a mall, no, I'm not buying it. Nick,
well, I mean that mall.
I got a question. Whoa. I have a question here. Why are you showing sympathy for the Soviet Union all of a sudden, Nick?
Yeah, Nick.
Why?
That ethnic ambiguity is starting to go against you, man. Yeah. You better speak up.
Listen, man, no, Nick ain't one of them. No, I'm saying
why is
from
it
Buffalo.
You're suddenly defending something that's clearly Soviet propaganda?
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I was talking out of place, sir.
Yeah, and I do believe
in Russian.
One of the last times we went someplace, you were very proud of the fact that you had a Hopper shirt. Didn't Hopper go to the Soviet Union and play it, and end up playing in another movie playing a Soviet?
Yeah, Soviet superhero who fought Captain America, our hero.
Starting all that up, isn't it? Comrade.
Nick is the Red Guardian. Confirmed.
I'm the Red Guardian. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do in my, on the weekends. I'm the Red Guardian.
We have a very
superhero suit.
We have a very strict no commie policy on the show. At least I do.
It's written on the fucking wall, right behind the camera, right here. You hear that? That's the sign. It's written in stone.
So you take your hammer, Nick. Take your hammer, take your sickle, shove them up your ass, and stop being a commie.
I like how you're dodging the fact that like things like that could happen. Like I've seen construction sites.
I don't think
I've seen construction sites be a quarter built, and then all of a sudden lose funding. Somebody else had to buy it, and then they got built a little bit more, and then they lost money, and then they got built a little bit more, and it kept changing over and over again. So these things can happen, Kendo. These things can happen.
Granted, but who was building it? The Soviet Union. What else did they build during that time period? Chernobyl. What happened there, Nick? Yeah, shoddy construction. They would just slapdash that stuff together. You know they would.
So what you're saying is that they had help building this epic mall that worked. So they had help from somebody, maybe CIA, maybe FBI.
Nick? How do you know
KGB.
this all of a sudden?
Maybe KGB. Who knows?
I never brought up that they had help. I just brought up that the Soviets were shoddy construction workers, clearly based on what we've learned about Soviet construction during the 70s and the 80s.
Oh no!
Specifically with power plants.
Oh, 100%.
Now you're telling me there was an inside track, Nick. How do you know there's an inside track? Are you working with them?
No, actually, Trump released the papers from the CIA recently. I just read them, so that's what it is.
So now you're accusing our government of siding with the commies. That's traitor talk, Nick.
they're not clean, Kendo. You know this more than I do.
Yes, but I would like to think that they're not commie, and that's where you're speaking treason.
I mean, they've done a lot of shady shit. I'm just saying.
Folks, if you think that Nick is a commie sympathizer and possibly treasonous, go ahead and
look at
in the chat right now.
Look at Operation Paperclip. Come on. Operation Paperclip. Come on.
Those weren't commies. They were something else.
Were they? Were they really? I think they were worse than commies, Kendo. Come on now.
They just happen to like to play a board game where
But we got rockets, guys. Jeez.
Yeah. They put dice in a cup and shook it up and poured it out and yelled
Yahtzee!
a word. Yeah.
That's my favorite dice game.
And some of them even made it to the wonderful, Argentina and live their lives out there too.
I love all the blonde-haired, blue-eyed Argentinians who magically speak German. Like, hey,
Spanish too. It's weird. It's very strange. It's very strange.
I mean, I'm getting requests to kick commie sympathizer Nick. Is that our new action figure? Commie sympathizer Nick with his little red notebook?
Yeah, Nick's full name is Nikolai. I can believe that.
Oh my god, that'd be funny as hell. That'd be funny as hell.
Nikolai Utamovich.
See, Leighton Swallow gets it. Is it worse than a commie? Yeah, there isn't. Evil Charlie Chaplin and his little friends running around. They were terrible too, but I mean, at least they weren't commies.
Comrade Utanovich, we still love you, but you better watch out.
Quinn's gonna be so mad. He's gonna be so mad.
Commie Nick with a kung fu grip action. There we go. Kung fu kick action. Excuse me.
See,
Nick's
Commie Nick with kung fu. Out in red.
Kung fu.
You're karate man. You bleed on the inside.
So I'm culture appropriating two things. That's great. I like that. Anything else?
Can you wear a sombrero and like lederhosen on you also?
Yes. The thing is, he could wear a sombrero and get away with it.
I could.
I mean, no.
Dion's like, I gotta. No, I can't.
You should be the Folgers guy for Halloween this year.
I was about to run up and back you, but I'm like, yeah, if you threw a sombrero on, dog, I can't. I'd be like, yeah, he speaks Spanish.
See.
Yeah. Por favor.
That's about as good as I can do. That's about as good as I can do.
El biblioteca está aquí en mis pantalones.
Yeah, I took Spanish for 2 semesters. I know like
quiero agua.
I know like 20
you don't
words.
Get any water, bitch.
Yeah, I know like 20 words in Spanish. I'm terrible.
No punta.
No agua for el camino.
Was it no agua sin comida? What is it, Rosalita and the Goonies?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Locked up for 2 semanas. Sin agua y sin comida.
Oh God! Yeah, we're gonna be there in June.
Yes, folks. So remember, WCBS is traveling the world this year. We're finally getting out of the Midwest, even though the first stop is in Lexington, Kentucky. I'll count that as the dirty South. So then after that, we're going on our way out west to Oregon, and then we're coming back on our way to Detroit. We'll be all over this year, but don't hang out with us. Well, if you find us in June, come hang out with us. We're going to be filming stuff. Nick, we should see if there's an Ollie's in Oregon.
Oh, I'm sure there is. We'll keep.
Or the Oregon.
We're gonna be all around fucking Oregon. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
No agua por comunistas.
Yeah, we have the Shining Hotel there. We have Animal House. We have the last Blockbuster there.
I forget that the Shining House is in Oregon.
Yeah. I think the interior is in Colorado. Like it's 2 different locations.
You tell me there was some lied to us.
and then there are a couple of sets also built in soundstage in California. So yeah.
Nick, you know an awful lot about The Shining. We should do a 45th anniversary for Halloween this year.
Well, there's a reason why he knows an awful lot about The Shining. The key scene in that movie is where there's just a big red wave that comes down the hallway.
There you go.
And
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that.
I thought we were all talking about my favorite Jack Nicholson line of all time.
I'm not going to kill you.
The boys bringing up.
What?
Just the random N-bomb in that movie?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen the movie like twice, and it's been a long time.
I got it on disc.
It was just in theaters. I think it was for Halloween.
I'm more familiar with The Shining than The Shining.
So good. The boys bringing and Jack Nicholson goes, a nit?
Yeah.
And I was like, ah.
Yep.
I mean, you know, it's set for tension.
That's why Stanley did it. He put it in there just for you. He's like, one day, 45 years from now, this dude in Michigan is
going to get real offended by this.
He's going to laugh his ass off every time he sees this part.
I would love to see the original edit of The Shining, the one that was only in theaters for a couple of days.
Oh, that'd been fun. That'd been fun. I'm sure it exists somewhere.
No, it doesn't. Kubrick was like it came out in theaters, then it got recalled and recut, and it's never been seen again. Like
Do we know
doesn't
the
exist
differences?
anywhere.
Well, do we know the differences? Anybody watch it with the differences?
There's stuff that you got to remember. This is a 45-year-old recollection of some people, but there is reference to the differences.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find it real quick. Of the original version of the Bible, The Shining. There you go. I just don't know how we get the original edition of the Bible from The Shining. Let's see. Not the
Same
first
book.
edition. Yeah. Stephen King.
The Mother, the Father, the Son.
Right.
It's Scatman Crothers.
Naked
Scatman Carruthers.
Yeah, he was one of the apostles. You didn't know that?
Three ghosts, Yeah.
So it was only 2 minutes longer, but it is an alternate version of the movie. And then the European version is only 119 minutes.
Let's see. We have another request this week for Jeff to watch the Beaver zombie movie.
I've seen Zombievers.
Yeah, it's fine. It's interesting. It's whatever.
I want to watch the Italian version.
El Beaver.
El Beaver. Should I make a shirt that's El Beaver and it's like a beaver biting through a door like in The Shining?
Yep.
Yeah, just make it like a very Italian poster.
All right, we'll get.
Make sure that there's
Italian...
some spaghetti on there somewhere.
Yeah, but we also talk about the burrito verse as well and get that going.
The T-shirt should just have a busty Italian lady on the front.
There we go.
Right.
That should be our new shirt company. It's just big boot. Like every month, it's like a new lady with a giant rack. People are like, oh, okay. Well.
Oh, so like co-ed naked, but back in the day.
But it'll get shipped to you discreetly in a brown paper bag, so the mailman won't know what a perv you are. As you get your busty Italian lady shirt.
There you go.
No, what you do is you just get a picture. We finally designed the picture for Giuseppe the bullshit beaver, where he's essentially a beaver version of Mario, but with a bowl of spaghetti, and that's our sticker on there. It's like our own Johnny Chimpo, and it comes on there, and like, oh, this must be something fun and exciting, and it's just a massive, boobed woman on a T-shirt.
There you go.
I'm pissed. I had a fake mustache that came on a box of pizza, and I took like a picture of it as a joke, and I can't find where it must have fallen off the desk. Oh well, it wasn't meant to be.
I do love that pizza though. That pizza's awesome. It's so good.
I'm having that for lunch tomorrow.
That's a good choice.
There we go. Yeah, it's good. Have you tried the stuffed crust one?
No, I have not tried that yet.
It's really good, but cook it for like 5 to 10 minutes less than the box tells you.
Okay.
Because I don't know what happens, but like the first one got super crispy. It was still good, and the cheese was gooey. But notice we're not saying the name of the brand, folks, because this is not a plug. We're just talking about pizza that we like.
If they want to pay us, they can pay us.
Yeah. $200 a minute.
There you go. Well, what are we? 900 number? What happened?
Oh yeah, 1-900 Mix-a-Lot. Kick them nasty thoughts. They've got that. Did you guys see on social media this week how Kendo's favorite local eatery here in town has their own ice cream now? Skyline Chili ice cream.
No, I saw you post that picture. I was like, "Hey, yo, what the fuck?"
The thing is, I saw that from somebody before I saw it from Jeff. I have a friend who loves him some Skyline Chili, and he loves going to Kentucky and everything. And he posted that first, that there was going to be Skyline Chili flavored ice cream. And I'm like, well, that's right up his alley, because back in the days when we would go to soccer games and stuff together as a group, whenever we played for a team from Ohio, for some reason, he would chant Skyline Chili at them. Not sure what that was supposed to accomplish, but I think that was the team that we also caused their goalie to quit because we just kept calling him fat. So it was awesome. We literally broke the dude's brain to the point where the coach saw us one game and drank beers with us afterwards. He goes, he came over and he was complaining about you guys saying shit to him, and I was like, dude, you're playing a professional sport. You have to get used to people saying horrible things to you.
Yeah,
And then the best compliment we ever got was a Brazilian guy goes, if we were in my country, you would have said way worse things about my mother and my sister and what you would have done to them. But you guys were actually pretty nice, even though you were saying really funny things. It's like, thank you, Brazilian dude. You kind of look like Jesus.
I'm a commie, but Kenda's a bully and had a guy crying on the field.
That
he
just
was
makes
a
him a
professional
hero.
athlete.
Yeah. Doesn't really, though. Doesn't really.
I actually have footage of Kendo making fun of the guy right here.
Threats are part of wrestling, But you gotta look at the person that's making the threats. This fat son of a bitch is challenging all of us, has been world champions before, been in this business 15, 20 years, and this fat son of a bitch is gonna draw us all out.
Calm down, okay? All right?
He's fat!
There we go. That was footage of Kendo.
If you want to, I can go down the rabbit hole on Patreon one day and just tell you the entire story of the goalie Eric Seabour and what we did to him when he played for the Ohio Vortex or the Cincinnati Vortex. It's a great story.
Yeah, we also have a bunch of drunk commentaries on our Patreon as well. We have American Pie. We've got Kendo doing his favorite movies, the Rob Zombie Halloween 1 and 2. Suffering through those. We do have Mother on there, which we'll never do again. That's a bylaw.
And here's the nice part, folks. The newer ones we do, you can watch the movie along with us. So we did Red 1 on Christmas. You can watch Red 1. So
yeah, we did Red 1. We're gonna do Kraven the Hunter at some point. So it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be
Let's do that for February because we love our audience. Let's give them the movie that they love the most, Kraven the Hunter. Let's really hit it hard though with anniversaries this year, 2025.
Okay. Come up with a bunch of them, and we'll do them. We'll do them.
Mm-hmm.
1 year we'll do Dog Soldiers for Dion.
Hey, I love that movie.
That movie's really good. It's so good. It's so good. They've had the 4K and the Blu-ray and the crazy editions have come out recently. They've been really good.
Xavier to God, Nick got me the movie for Spider-Man 2. I actually started on that. Do you guys still want it? I was trying to do it for the anniversary, but I came up with the idea a little too late in the year. But press 1 in the chat. If we get 5 people to say 1 right now, I will make Spider-Man 2's retrospective this year. For the 21st anniversary. The movie's now old enough to drink.
One.
There we go. Xavier to God's the first one. He's super excited for it. There we go. John Thomas, if we're ever down there in your neck of the woods, we'll all go get that pizza. A $48 pizza is not that big of a deal, but it's an 18-inch all-meat pizza, so.
Oh, shit.
The crust is made of bacon.
I mean, we do want to do a stabbing cabin in July, so that might happen.
What we should do for the stabbing cabin is we should just load up on food so we don't have to leave.
There you go. Well, no, I will have to take you guys. I want to take you guys to the shittiest strip club in town.
I'm sorry.
Well, now we got to do it.
Yeah, because it's called. Should I say the name on air?
Of course, we're not promoting them.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
It's called the Mouse's Ear. It's in Knoxville, Tennessee. Look it up. It is fucking if you look at the outside of it, it looks like nobody should go there. It's really terrible.
You literally just called them the shittiest strip club you could ever go to, and then we're worried you were going to say their name on air. Like that's
there's multiple of them, Nick.
Business.
Okay. It's Mouse's Ear in Knoxville. That's where it is.
Is this a trailer?
It looks like one, doesn't it? It looks like one, doesn't it?
I feel like we're going to get stabbed going into a place.
I don't want to go.
I'm in Jackson, Michigan. We could take a trailer in Tennessee.
I went with Toph to get $20 tattoos in Jackson, Michigan. And
that's it. That's it.
How many STDs can you get from the? Never mind.
All of them.
From the bar.
Of them.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Folks, if you ever want to know what our last episode of the show is, the 4 of us walk into the Mouse's Ear and we never walk out.
Right.
It is Tennessee after all.
After our lives.
With a black guy, 2 racially ambiguous guys, and Kendo. Kendo's not enough to save us all. His credit score only goes so far.
The shortest night.
There's like a 3-week break, and then I just come back like, welcome to World Class Bullshitters. I'm by myself now. I can't really discuss what's happened to the other 3 guys because it's still an ongoing investigation.
And you just have a gigantic scar going down your face.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I've seen some shit.
I've seen some shit, yeah. But bad. No, that's an old photo. It's now entirely just hot pink now. The entire building is painted hot pink.
Oh, it's like
I didn't know it was new.
No. It's not new. That's an old picture because it's been there for 50 years.
Right.
That's how it used to look. I don't know which was which. Here, I got the pink one pulled up too.
Is the pink one a new building?
No. Same building, just different paint job. There you go.
Why is it called the mouse's ear?
To have no fucking clue. I love how that picture makes it look like it's from Porky's, but like I have no fucking clue why it's called that.
Hey guys, I have some good news. One of the dancers is on LinkedIn.
Oh, even better.
Like this is a LinkedIn profile.
God.
Look at this. This lady is a LinkedIn member.
Has a LinkedIn profile
for her. I'm gonna read this on air. Hold on. There's her picture.
Ah! Jeez.
All right. Crystal Chapman, exotic dancer at the Mouse's Ear in Knoxville, Tennessee. She has 3 connections. She has 10 followers, and she has 3 job. Why am I logged into LinkedIn? Anyway, she's an exotic dancer. Oh my God. She was an exotic dancer / waitress bartender at the Mouse's Ear from April of 2000 to January of 2013.
Jesus Christ.
And she was a telesales representative from April 2002 to April 2002. Her skills are entertainment, theater, film, acting, performing arts, television, social media marketing, video production, singing, film production, music, film, commercials, feature film, sound, and computer science.
Oh,
this lady's got it all.
She probably has her own website too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm clicking on her contact info, and I'm not finding anything else. No,
if she has an X or like an Instagram, it's probably in those links buried deep or some shit.
Don't say X, say Twitter. Everybody calls it Twitter.
I know. I
thought you meant like she has a crazy ex-boyfriend. I'm like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't follow her.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, that is the Mouse's Ear, and whenever we tour, I'm stabbing Kevin. I'll take you guys out there if you want to go.
You know what? We can joke. It'll be safer than the booby trap in Florida that's run by the Russian mob.
That was fun, though. That was fun. That was fun. Last time I was in Miami a couple years ago, I kept seeing taxis like with that logo on there and like advertising for the booby trap, and I was like, I wish the guys were here. So we can all go.
I'm glad you didn't go without us.
No.
That's like me going to St. Elmo's without you guys.
Exactly.
I just can't do it.
Yeah. But no,
now, Dion, if you want to drive down to Indianapolis this weekend for the Royal Rumble and go to St. Elmo's and watch the Rumble at the Rumble, I mean, I can make it happen. Just saying.
Ooh.
We should just all sneak off to go to WrestleMania. Fuck it. I won't tell the local guys. They'll be thinking like, what time are you coming over Saturday? Oh, I gotta work. So I'm not gonna be able to make it for WrestleMania. And they'll be like, really? You're not gonna make it to WrestleMania?
We do have a standing invitation in Vegas. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just not going to tell anybody locally. And they're going to be like, oh, they'll like text me to the group about WrestleMania. And I'm going to say, guys, I'm sorry. And then just send a picture of us at WrestleMania. Like all of us like, yeah, we got cheap tickets the day of.
There you go.
Oh, so guys, I think we've reached the end of tonight's show. What do you think?
I can dig it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's read the super chat and we'll see what else pops up. Gunner says, in some places, finished houses are taxed, but not under construction ones, so nobody finishes a house.
I mean,
my buddy's a trucker, and he was telling me how these companies, you get taxed on how much is in your tank. So they'll fill up barges and they'll put them out on the rivers. And then they'll get taxed on what's in their tank of pretty much nothing, and then they'll pump it back into their thing. It's like a weird. All businesses do it, but it's a loophole around taxes.
Yeah,
you don't have to pay your assets or whatever.
Corporate America, baby.
That's how it works, unfortunately.
Dude, I watched an hour-long video on why nobody wants to work today in corporate America stuff. I had errands to run.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of them are like requiring coming in back to the office, and it's like quiet, like firing or something. That's what they're trying to do. So,
well, one of the things that the video said was like the hiring process is so messed up because it doesn't even get to real people. It runs through programs, and they look for keywords and stuff like that. And so it takes on average like 27 days for one thing to get through. And that's why, you know, how people are like, I can't find a job. That's one of the reasons why, because it's just the hiring process is messed up.
Well, and it's funny because I've heard that your chances of getting hired through a resume and like posting it to like some website or something like that is like you have a 20% chance. But if you go to like a networking event, it's like 60% chance of getting hired. Like it's higher with that, but you have to go and like actually go out and talk to people. That's the
easy
caveat.
part.
Yeah, it is. So I don't. Yeah. I don't know what the problem is.
I don't know. When I'm going to the grocery store, sometimes I'm like, I need to listen to something productive. It's like I need to stop because the airplane stuff, I had to listen to what the story was because you hear about it on the news, and I'm like, oh man, I got to know the whole story. And then you get onto Twitter, and everyone's got a conspiracy theory or some conjecture. I'm like, I'm staying off of this right now. I just need the facts, like the Joe Friday, just the facts, ma'am. But Dion, I know you love Dragnet.
That's right, you get it. Just the facts.
That's the best joke in Die Hard 2. Just the facts, ma'am.
Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah. Like so many layers to that. It's so good. It's so good.
Is Die Hard 2 a better movie than Carry On, Dion? Have you watched Carry On yet?
You know, I didn't finish it. I started before we went and saw Flight Plan, actually. Right now, I'm going to say no. I'm going to finish Carry On, and I'll get back to you. Because I actually do really like Die Hard 2.
The ending is gnarly.
Yeah. Oh no, the ending to Carry On?
Yeah.
No, it is, but I feel like there's more action in Die Hard 2. Like there's way more action in Die Hard 2.
But there's no naked William Sadler.
That's also true.
It's like a deal breaker, though.
John Thomas, thank you very much for your super chat. He says, Jeff, on I-65 Alabama Tennessee line, there was a strip joint called the Booby Bungalow.
I wonder what that place is all about.
Oh my god.
Knitting.
Winemaking. It's got the word bung in it, so
there you go.
It would be a very fun social media job to visit every strip club in America and rate them. Like, there's the Zagat guide.
There's this...
we do like the Zagat guide for all like adult entertainment.
No. Do we do the bar stool kind of pizza thing for strip clubs?
Yeah,
like not one bite, but it's got to be something else.
Cold nipples or something.
Cold nipples.
One dance. Everybody knows the rules.
Yeah, there you go.
Eventually, when we get it big enough, we'll just wear the brand T-shirt and be like, "Are you guys from the site?" Yeah, and you get free lap dances. They're like, "Come on, give us a good rating. Give us a good rating." Man, you'll have so many STDs after we're done with that venture.
Oh my god.
From Cracker Jacks.
Yeah.
Well, at least we won't end up like the guy from Girls Gone Wild. That'll that's important.
With our own island.
You might want to look at that story again, Jeff.
I know he's in jail or something.
Okay, all right.
Federal pound me in the ass prison. I know.
Yep.
No conjugal visits.
Yep.
Adama, thank you for telling me or reminding me this. This is a mistake on my part. Did I miss the Royal Rumble talk? If so, quickly, how do you guys think it shakes out? So the Rumble is this Saturday. It starts at 6 o'clock, and I am actually looking forward to it. I'm very excited because the Royal Rumble is my favorite day of the year for the wrestling world. Why? Because it's the only day in the year of wrestling where there are surprises guaranteed, meaning you don't know the entry number for the Rumble. That's exciting. Every year, it's different. You're like, it might be obvious if Roman Reigns is going to win or Cody Rhodes is in it, but some of these guys, but it's like, yeah, but who comes out last? Who comes out first? How does this shake down? There's a lot of stuff to talk about. And nowadays, there's 2 Rumbles, and the women ones aren't that shitty. So I'm excited for the whole Royal Rumble as a show. There's a ladder match, and wrestling's been solid. It's not great. I stopped watching Raw already, 3 weeks into the Netflix era, but I'm excited for this show. I'm going to get nice and toasty, and Dion's going to get a bunch of text messages. Pay attention to the group chat this weekend, boys, because you're going to get some videos of not sober Jeff talking shit about wrestling all night long.
I like it. Oh, yeah. I'm in.
I'm making some ribs and a pot of chili, going over to Phil's.
Oh, shit. Let's go. Let's go.
I mean, you can come down. You can come down.
Listen. I'm still pissed about it.
It's a Saturday, son. Get in the car on Saturday morning. Leave on Sunday morning. We'll take you to Golden Corral. My treat.
There you go.
You'll get diarrhea on the way up.
Drive real fast to get home. There you go.
Yeah. He'll be like, you've barely been gone.
I can answer those alarms from my phone. I might pull it off.
I'm just saying, if you pull a last minute, like, I'm going to do this, you have a place to stay. I'll speak for somebody. Either way, you can stay here if you need to. I got some new furniture, so you're good. But you're come down for the night. Go home for after breakfast. You won't even. Your family will be like, Dad's gone, Uncle Dion's gone, and he's right back. It's like blinking, you miss him. Have Hillary take the kids to go watch Sonic 3 again. They'll run themselves out real quick.
That's actually not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all.
But
I'm excited as well. It's one of my top 3 wrestling events too. Sadly, the winners, for both the men's and the women's, I don't think everyone's going to be very excited about. But this one is at least one of the most stacked Rumbles that I can remember in recent memory for either Rumble, and I'm pumped up. Obviously, Jeff and I are not his biggest fans, but hey, I'm sadly in the camp. Punk beating Drew pretty much means that he's going to win the damn Rumble. And then, at least right now with her coming back, sadly, I think Charlotte's going to win the Rumble. But I think they're both going to be fun. I think they're going to be 2 of the better Rumbles, at least in recent memory.
I'm looking forward to it. I do think it'll be like the 2002 Rumble, just full of talent. And we'll get some big surprises. I say Joe Hendry shows up.
Yeah. 100% agree.
I mean, he is the TNA World Champion now.
Yep, John Cena called him out and everything, man. He definitely is going to be in the Rumble. Now, I think Hillary asked me. I think he's either going to be 1 or 2, or he's going to be between in the 10 to 15 range.
I really want Joe Hendry to be number 1 because I know you're thinking like Joe Hendry's gimmick is the entrance, and so. How amazing would it be? It's like, and now the Royal Rumble match, and then they play the rules and all this shit, and then say his name, and people are like, yeah, and he just comes out and does the thing with the belt, and he gets the rub, and everyone's like, Joe Hendry, and then he gets eliminated in like 5 minutes by Randy Orton or something. Like, that's fine, but give him that big moment. I like Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. I saw him wrestle dude. I'll show you how valuable TNA tickets are. I went to La Rosa's to go pick up a pizza, and there were just tickets on the counter that just said wrestling, and they had a little picture of TNA on it. I looked at the guy and said, are these free? He's like, take as many as you want. I'm like, I'll take 6.
Oh my God.
I took 6. Dude, we're on that show. You could hear us yelling, and you could see us in the crowd. This guy named Santana comes through the back door, and there's Phil and Dan and I just standing there going, hey, it's that guy. And, we're on fucking TV. It's not as good as AEW, by the way, folks. Dion, you still got to watch that episode.
I do. I still got to go back and watch it.
That's Nick, do you have HBO Max at all?
I do have Max.
If you go on to Max and you watch AEW from what was the week?
I think you said January 15th is what it was the day. Like it was like Demolition or something, right?
Yeah, 15th and the 17th, or 18th. Watch the episode for the 18th because that's okay, so the first night I'm in the second row. But the next time I'm in the first row and I'm right behind the commentary table. And I know I'm on camera the whole time and I am just hamming it up. Like every time my face is on, I'm like this. But the cool thing is they would all come up to me. So Toni Storm came up and high-fived me during her segment. So you just see me go, ah, like this. And she looks so little compared to me.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drunkenly take video and screenshots to put it up on Twitter. That's what's going to happen.
Please do, because I'm wearing my Wokebuster shirt the entire time. That's all I wore Wokebuster to promote it.
Yeah, I'll tag what's his name in it too.
Joe Hendry?
Sure, why not?
No, tag Chris. Let's tag every wrestler from that show. We'll tag Jeff Jarrett.
I'll do that too. Oh my God.
Now let's start talking who wins. Dion, who you got? Legitimately, who do you think is going to win this match?
Legitimate, I think it's going to be Punk and Charlotte.
Kendo.
I'm going to go with Punk, and since Charlotte's back, looking weirder than ever, it's Charlotte.
I don't even think that's Charlotte anymore. I think that's Carmella with a facelift. But I'm going Roman Reigns and Io Sky. Those are my guesses. I don't think Charlotte is going to be the shoo-in. I think she's going to have to prove herself because this whole Queen gimmick's stupid. And a lot of audience, most of the audience is over it because she's been on and off for the better part of the decade and she's been injured for so long. It feels like Charlotte Flair was a remnant of the end of the 2010s, the 20-teens, and ever since 2020 hit, she's just barely been around. And so, Becky Lynch peaked at WrestleMania 35, the man in the main event and all that shit. Good for those ladies. It was a shitty match, but hey, you did it. But Becky Lynch peaked. I say she pops up in the Rumble, but I think both Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair are irrelevant to women's wrestling, especially when you got Rhea Ripley, who just dominates everybody, Tiffy Time, who's just fine as hell, but is entertaining to watch, and then you got Liv Morgan, and you got so many other of these women today that are oh, Charlotte Flair's back. I don't give a shit. Let these other ladies go. So that's why I'm not guessing that. Plus, if Charlotte does get into a main event at WrestleMania, I say she wins the Elimination Chamber. I say she goes the distance in the Rumble, gets eliminated at the end, gets pissed, wins some kind of match, goes into the Elimination Chamber, if she has to have a WrestleMania title shot. That's my guess. I just don't think John Cena has a chance in hell of winning the Royal Rumble.
No, I think he's gonna be in the final two for sure. They're definitely gonna milk the John Cena train for as many drops of lactate as they can get. Yeah, but I agree. I don't think he's going to win the Rumble. If anything, it's either going to be they're going to pull the classic. Whoever eliminates him, that's his match at WrestleMania. The rumor is that it's Orton. God, please don't let it be Orton. But I'm hoping it's Joe Hendry. I'm thinking that it's this is where they get him and Hendry to do a program, throw a little shine of TNA, and I really hope you're right about Charlotte, because I do like her wrestling ability, but I think the only thing she has left is Money in the Bank and the Rumble. And for whatever reason, WWE really loves to push Charlotte when she's around. Especially got a new face, she got new titties.
Oh, she got those too. I just thought she got a new face.
Yeah, I think that she got new chesticles a little bit ago, but Andrade's back. You know what I'm saying? So they love Charlotte, and there's that weird disconnect that still exists between the WWE and the fans. For whatever reason, they're still convinced that we all love seeing Charlotte win all the time. So yeah, that's the only reason I hope this EO. I'm hoping that it's I really don't want it to be Charlotte, but I'm terrified that it's going to be Charlotte. But yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah, I think it's going to be Cena's going to be in the final two, and either Joe Hendry's coming back to kick him out, or it's his next WrestleMania opponent, and he probably isn't going to sniff the title really till about Survivor Series, is what I'm hoping. But we'll see with the Rumble, man.
Anything else you guys want to say about this year's Rumble? I've been going back and watching previous Rumbles. I watched 2001's tonight. The fun thing, though, is during the wait for Saturday night's main event, Dan, Phil, and I were just trying to watch shit, and we turned on the 03 Rumble. Dude, the 03 Rumble was awesome. Like,
really?
When I was a kid in 2003, I stopped watching wrestling, not as much as I remember, because I've gone back to watch this shit and I go, I remember all of this. But long story short, when The Rock stepped away to make his first series of movies, I kind of slowed down the wrestling for a year, and then I eventually got back into it just as hardcore. But man, the 03 Rumble was awesome, dude. You had so much good talent, twists, storylines that led into WrestleMania. And I even said to the guys, they knew how to pace it to where it would build and get a lot of big guys, and you get the big excitement of all the eliminations, and then it would go back and build up and go back and build up. And I'm I knew the outcome, but I was on the edge of my seat. I'm oh shit, man, this is good. So I wanted to see a Rumble that's paced like that. But what is still to you the best Rumble in history? Because the 2000 one's very near and dear to my heart because of The Rock winning, but I think the 02 Rumble might be the best one in terms of talent.
01 and 02 always immediately come to mind for me as well. I mean, it's so hard. Because who won the 03 Rumble again?
Lesnar.
Oh, that's right.
Bork Laser.
Bork Laser won. It's so hard not to say 02, man. I mean, 02 was a really good one.
Yes, Laden Swallow. It was beautiful. And I'm making a video called I Was an AEW Front Row Plant, because they told everybody that the tickets had sold out for their big event. We were there for free. They essentially paid us to be there. So I will tell you guys the whole story. But I did meet Tony Khan, so that was a thing. Got videos with him. He's actually really friendly in person to everybody. I know he's cuts weird promos and he's probably coked out. But when he interacts with people, he's super nice. So at least he's got that. He's not like Vince McMahon. It's don't touch me, damn it. Tony Khan will come up and hug a kid or something. So even against his will. No, I'm just joking. Kendo, favorite Rumble of all time?
Oh man, I'm trying to think. The Austin one, the first time he won, was really good. When he was sitting
97?
there with the watch. Yeah, when he was tapping the watch and everything like that. That was a fun one, because that was in the middle of just his rise. those 90s Rumbles are hard to put down as like really good because they were half jobber.
Yeah.
Like
They didn't even have enough people on the roster.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm just gonna go with 02 because that's the only one I can think of that was like stacked. Because that was post merger with WCW, so they got a big influx of people. 2002 was really good.
Back.
Yeah. 01 was really good. 02 was really good. 03 was really good. 04. Oh, wait, 2004 Rumble didn't happen. I forgot. Nobody won that.
Nope.
So, but yeah, I'm actually going to sit down and watch. Are the premium live events still on the Cock, or they migrate all over to Netflix?
Peacock.
Still Peacock.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I still got the Cock. I'll fire that up, watch that probably Saturday, and I will take a drink every time they give us the trope about how number one is this wonderfully difficult spot to win from, even though there's no real difference between number one and number two because they both start at the same time.
It's just a gimmick.
Classic WWE. Number one so hard.
Dude, I think the worst Rumble was either the 2011 Rumble, the 40-man. That was garbage.
2011's bad. 2015, I still say is because that's the only one I can think of where the ending is booed.
Oh, Roman Reigns?
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
And that one is so bad because then that was when WWE was getting too cute. And even me, and you know how I felt about Daniel Bryan. Even I was like, Daniel Bryan needs to win this Rumble.
Yep.
And that was Vince at his Vinciest. Yeah, I mean that's still my vote for worst. Plus, anytime you have The Rock come out and he gets booed, you've done something, and it's not on purpose. You've done something
right.
I thought the 2014 one, the year before, was better than the 2015 one, but they were both disappointing because like Daniel Bryan didn't even get entered in the 2014 Royal Rumble. Like,
yeah,
you had
and it got Rey Mysterio booed.
That's who it was. I was like, Bray Wyatt,
he was 30, wasn't he?
Yeah, Ray was.
Damn.
Yeah. Everyone's like, Daniel Bryan's coming to Denver, and it's like,
what you gonna do when we come for
30,
you?
Yeah, number 30. Booyah, kabooyah. It's like, oh, God. And people just turned on poor Ray.
Everybody felt like me because I turned on Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 22. He's too little to carry the heavyweight title. There is a weight limit on that belt back then, and he weighed 150 pounds. I got mad at that. I'm just joking. No, 08 Rumble. I know somebody in the chat was talking about the 08 Rumble. I hated the 08 Rumble because Cena was hurt, and we were promised that he was gone for like 8 months, and then he shows up magically. Screw that. I hate John Cena, the wrestler. No, thank you. Like everyone's like all nostalgic, like, oh, Cena's the old man, and he's gonna fight the young buck Cody. I'm like, first off, Cody Rhodes is in his 40s, so he's not that young guy. He's new to the main event of the WWE. He showed up there 20 years ago, roughly. So he's not the young buck to any of this bullshit. No. We're all the main event guys are in their 40s or 50s. Very few guys. Like, I guess Seth Rollins is in his, he's what, our age?
Yeah, he's like 37, 36, 37.
Yeah, he's older than me. All these guys are still older than us. Seth Rollins is 38. But I don't see this John Cena Cody Rhodes storyline being this big WrestleMania like young versus old generational shit because like I don't think that Cody Rhodes is like the guy of this generation. I think he's popular for the last 2 years and that's it.
Yeah, he has one WWE title. Like that's 100% agree. Well, my only thing too is
he's had more than one WWE title.
No, for championship I mean.
Okay.
The championship.
Yeah, not overall, but he's only won the WWE title once,
But he finished his story, Dion.
Finished the story.
The story sucked anyway.
It should have ended.
It started off good. And the story started off good. The whole, you guys did my dad wrong. You brought him in. You put him in polka dots. You made him, dance around with brown sugar or whatever her name was. And you screwed him over. He should have been your champion and you took away his belt. I'm here to, avenge that. That's a good story. The problem is it went on too goddamn long.
Yes.
2 years. Extra year. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they want to tease Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes 3. Get the hell out of here. No, sir. Yeah. I will not. No.
I would rather watch Thrice in a Lifetime than Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes 3.
Agreed.
Yeah. And
much.
As much as I love The Rock, I've gone back to watch his 2012 like return with Cena. I was all back into it. Back in the day, I was so hyped for it, and I look at it now and I'm like, it wasn't that good. And the build to WrestleMania 40 was so much better that the build to WrestleMania 20 kind of looks like shit in comparison, because you're like, you get old Rock coming out doing his thing, and like 50 whatever year old Rock is so much better than whatever he was in 2012. He's like, I don't know what it was, man. Was it Vince?
You didn't
Was
like
it the
Boots
Vince?
to Asses?
I didn't dislike Boots to Asses. I didn't like, and I love one of the Rock's best promos is the one where he's in the Boston Harbor doing the Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony, stuck a feather up his ass, called him a jabroni. Like, that was gold. Calling him a transgender Wonder Woman with his little fucking wristband. Like, that was all great. But like, the match wasn't that good. And then it continued on to the next year. Like, I like Once in a Lifetime. If that was just it, that was cool. But then you had to do it next year, and man, did it suck. Like, WrestleMania 29 might be tied for like bottom 3 WrestleManias I've ever attended. 29 was not a good show. You had like 1 or 2 good matches.
Yeah, it wasn't. It definitely wasn't great. And yeah, I mean, it is interesting looking back, because I'm with you. I like the build to 28 a lot. I even like obviously the ending, but then the whole twice in a lifetime thing. Vince at his Viniest, and especially with that in mind, looking at Cena's retirement, it's like, they're gonna do something similar. Hopefully they don't market something as once in a lifetime, especially if we get a match that hasn't happened before with Cena. But yeah, I'm with you. I don't see them, because of 29 being such a letdown. I don't think they're gonna push Cena, especially seeing as especially with young fans, which I get. Cena was the guy for a lot of dudes, but the fact that always stumps them, and I always giggle when I say it, is, the second coming of the lowest rated Raws happened while John Cena was WWE champion. So you can't tell me that he's the GOAT. Now, what GOAT has the lowest ratings of the flagship show? John Cena does, so and again, especially with the Cody thing, like that, just to your point, that's why the twice in a lifetime didn't fit. It didn't work. It was dumb. We all were here for the first time, once in a lifetime. So if you're going to do the whole young versus old, like, bro, Cody stopped racism. He's not this young dude anymore.
No.
Don't do that.
There's only one, the only cross-generational match that worked was The Rock versus Hulk Hogan, because they were a generation apart. Like, you got to remember, John Cena shows up on the main roster in 2002. Cody Rhodes is around in 05, 06. We're talking 3 years apart. The Rock is watching Hulk Hogan on TV as a little kid. That would be like, I'm trying to come up with what's a good comparison? Like, who's a main event guy? Like, if MJF was in the WWE and he wrestled like Cena or somebody that was like big when he was in grade school, that's the equivalent. Right. But we don't have that. We got the guys that, and that's my big bitch about wrestling in general. And I want to do a video on this, but I just got to find the right way to approach it. If you go back and you watch old Royal Rumbles from 20 years ago, like, let's just pick at the beginning of the millennium, right? Mm-hmm. The difference in roster between 2000 to 01, 01 to 02, 02 to 03, 03 to 04, 04 to 05, every year, it is a significantly different roster. Since about 2000 and maybe 14, last decade, it's like the same shit recycled in a different way. It's like Seth Rollins, this guy, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, this guy. Nobody's this new factor. Like, even CM Punk, he's the hot whatever. He showed up in 09 is when CM Punk debuted, maybe 08, and he's been in Rumbles, he's main evented, or he's had WrestleMania title matches. Like, he's done all this shit, or just had WrestleMania matches, excuse me. But like, he's done all this stuff. We don't have any like, and the men's wrestling, it's just the same couple of guys that just get recycled over and over. And I, for one, am tired of it, because wrestling doesn't evolve enough. Every year it should feel different. But now it hasn't. And now we're in this corporate era where they're going to repeat and rinse and repeat constantly because it's safe. And people want the same garbage, because we now live in this stupid fucking world where it's like the same shit every day. And like, either you like it or you don't. And I don't. I want something new. Like, I know LA Knight's not going to be in any title pictures. That's fine. That train has sailed a long time ago at this point. But for God's sakes, like, I guess I would say, like, maybe CM Punk in the main event of WrestleMania is cool to me because he's never done it, and it's something different, and it gives you a story of, I've worked my 20-year career to get here. Okay, I'm on board with this story because that's cool and different. But like Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns 3, thanks, man. I've been watching it every year for the last 3 years. Don't want it. Even Rock, Stone Cold took years off in between. Yep. If Rock and Austin fought every year in the Attitude Era, that'd be garbage. But no, you go Rock and Triple H and Big Show and Mankind. Actually, the Rock's in all the main events of that era, but it's like the same shit. The only one that really sucked from that era was Triple H Jericho. I think WrestleMania 18's main event is such a weak fart of an ending.
Oh, yeah.
Now, let's see. Edge made a surprise return at the Rumble a couple years back. That was cool. I like when Edge returned in 2010. That was a better return because he won it and then went to main event.
Sure. I think 2020 is better just because of the storyline with him coming back and being injured, even though the camera cut when he hits his first spear in fucking 10 years.
Thanks, Kevin Dunn.
And it's okay. He's tearing it up in AEW. No, he's not. Never mind.
Cope. Dude, he wrestled when we did the front row plant stuff. He came out and like they're all chanting Cope, 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 and I'm going Edge, because that's Edge, man. I don't care what the copyright says.
Yeah, he's not Copeland.
It's Edge.
Yeah, no. Get out of here with that shit.
He's got the same damn music. Like they pay for Metalingus, so they're clearly, and he's the rated R superstar. They're trying. He's Edge. Like I don't care what you say. That's Edge to me. And if I ever met that dude, I'd be like, man, Edge, you're one of my all-time favorites. And if you say I'm not Edge anymore, I'm like, you're still Edge. Like you can't.
Yeah, you're Edge, dude.
Yeah. I'd say to him, The Rock tried this shit once, and look where he is. He's still The Rock, and he's at the top of the food chain. So you are still Edge. I'd say it just like that. If he liked it, tough shit. Let's see. I'm just reading some comments because we're going to read into the super chats real quick. Let's see. 27 is considered the worst Mania. I was there. It was pretty shitty. Dion, that was before you started showing up at WrestleMania 30. You missed, but you sat through some bad ones like WrestleMania 32 in Texas.
Yep. Yeah, oh God.
That's a stinker.
That's another one that got booed. We were booing along with everybody else.
I almost got into a fight with that dude behind us. You don't talk shit about Ric Flair.
That's right. Roman Reigns ain't no Ric Flair, chump.
I like defended Ric Flair's honor. I don't even like Ric Flair enough to buy his action figure. Like I'll respect him all day. But like I
same here, man. I ain't gonna invite him over to meet the family, but he's Ric Flair, damn it. Woo.
I can't believe I had to do that. I think what it was is like anybody's ignorance where they just say that something that's clearly wrong. I can't just sit there. Like I don't care if it's an opinion based point. You're just wrong, and I'm not gonna listen. Like Roman Reigns is not Ric Flair.
Yeah, he's not Ric Flair. Don't even start that shit.
TLJ Screwjob, thank you very much for your generous super chat. In regards to finding jobs, one of my friends was told by a family friend, I'll get you a job, fill out the online form. The system decided he wasn't qualified, and the friend couldn't let him reapply. That's messed up. It's such a stupid setup, too. Like, companies wanted to make things easier, but they made things worse, and we got 1,000,001 problems because of it.
Yeah, there's been a whole thing about ghost jobs postings and things like that. There's a whole thing about it. It's insane. Where companies will post jobs and other people will look at them and be like, "Oh, maybe my job's in trouble," and then they'll quit acting up and not ask for a raise and things like that, and then the job will disappear or some shit. Like there's a bunch of shitty tactics they've been doing the last like 2 or 3 years now. That's just, yeah, it's bad.
Is that our next horror movie, Nick? Ghost Job? You think you're hired, but you're not.
Or you think you're hired, but you're working in hell.
I watched that work video. The guy talks about working in a Ford factory. He's like, I've never been to hell, but I can't imagine it's much worse than working at Ford. I was like, damn, dude.
Jeez, yeah.
An old guy that had been on the assembly line for like 40 years said that.
Man, those assembly lines aren't easy. I mean, they're a lot easier than they were, obviously, but like, that's physical labor.
I knew a dude that put the rivets in the doors, and he was making great money in the early 2000s. Yeah. It was somebody we hung out with at college, Dion. It was like, wait, remember that guy that lived with you for a minute? The one guy, not Dave. The one weird white guy that broke his arm randomly.
Oh,
Dale, not Dale.
Lied about his name for a while too.
Yeah, not Dale. Yeah, not Dale.
Not Dale. Yep.
I'm pretty sure him or his brother was worked on one of these assembly lines in Michigan, just doing the rivets and car doors or something. And they made so much bank. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm glad I went to college,
made
but
money.
shit.
I mean, you know,
People were stealing all those cars from, or at least stealing the chips out of those cars during COVID.
That's why I won't drive a Kia.
Well, there are other reasons as well too. You know, it's a Kia.
Yeah.
Dude, they shut our bridge down because somebody stole a car with a lady in it and tried to like cross the border. And they shut that
Holy
shit down.
The border of the state.
Yeah, the dude tried to jump off the bridge into the river.
What
but he pussied out and landed on a catwalk, and they caught him. Like, and the mugshot's great because he's fucking like smugged, like that. He's like, yeah, they caught me.
This isn't 1885. You can't just leave the county or the state and they have no more jurisdiction over you. It's like, yeah, it doesn't work like that anymore, dude.
Yeah,
if you commit a crime in
they have
you commit a crime in Ohio and you run away to Kentucky, you can still be arrested and taken back to Ohio.
Yeah, well, they will be at the border of Kentucky waiting for you with with arms wide open.
Police waiting for your ass. It ain't the sheriff's office.
What if I make it to Canada? Will they be waiting for me?
I mean,
yes, we have extradition with the Canadians. So they're trailing you. Yes.
We'll have to deal with Trudeau, I think, for a little bit longer, unless he's gone. I forget. So
no, he's not gone yet. We would have heard. There'd have been dancing in the street.
That's true.
But there wasn't singing and swaying or records playing. He's
but you got to deal with that. I mean, they do have summer for like 2 weeks out of the year, so that's wonderful.
There's no reason to live in Canada, eh?
No, there isn't. There isn't. I heard.
Dion, you're close enough to Canada for me.
I heard a really like discouraging number that the population of California, that same number is the entire population of Canada. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Less crazy.
Yeah.
Shit. You ain't lying.
That's true.
Plus, I got French Canadian ladies up there, so
I do like me some French Canadian ladies.
A plus for me.
Yeah, and they need green cards too right now, apparently.
Well, I mean, I've been to Canada.
You.
I've been to Canada a time or two. They've got really good potato chip flavors, specifically just the dressed all over. And yeah, they have beer stores, fully nude top bars like strip clubs, and Tim Hortons donuts everywhere. So I think I do really well in Canada.
You want to spend a weekend in Canada, guys?
Sure, why not?
Like a fake bachelor party? We just go to strip clubs and donut shops.
Sure.
Hey, yo, go to Detroit, hop over to Windsor, and then go
yeah.
Tim Hortons and titties. There we go.
Yeah, go to Cheetahs.
Will the strippers shoot Timbits at us? That'd be awesome. Like catching a glaze
for a few more loonies, probably.
Oh, I'll spend whatever it takes to get her to. Never mind.
Don't incriminate yourself on the live, all right? Calm down.
Some sugar pox and a jelly donut. Thank you, TLJ Screwjob. Darian217 says, I attended the 2008 Royal Rumble. I think it was the first pay-per-view that had Cena chance. Cena sucks. Let's go Cena. John Cena button and pick to win. What's pick to win? Do you guys know what button that is?
No, I don't think so.
Because Darian, I was at WrestleMania 22 and it was fuck you, Cena. Cena sucks. That was my favorite night of wrestling because we were late. That's the night I became a John Cena hater. Because going in, I didn't hate John Cena, but leaving that arena, I was like, man, that guy's trash. I drank the Kool-Aid that night. I couldn't stop.
It me laugh that he was the main event in Chicago, which is a classic heel fucking town, and Vince did not see that coming. That always makes me laugh, dude. Love it.
Yeah, I'd actually cheered for Triple H that night. But...
Wait, right? Yes. That's how you know Cena's bad when people were cheering for Triple H.
Ooh, that's rough. That's rough.
Now, folks, we're going to press this button for Darian. It's a little loud, so if you're listening to headphones, we're going to give you a countdown. In 3, 2, 1.
Who's that Pokemon? It's
John Cena!
Yeah, you do suck, John Cena.
And now half our audience is dead.
The end of the super chat is I think he'll win on Saturday. Oh, okay. Got it.
Gotcha.
So let's see. Darian217, thank you for your super chat. John Thomas says, and who was the picks to win? Yeah, I think we said CM Punk, I guess Roman Reigns.
Yep.
John Thomas says, Coach Kendo. Well, he stepped away for a second. When he comes back, I will read that for you, John. Xavier to God says, push Barry, fire The Rock, Undertaker, Macho Man. Well, sorry, Undertaker. I'm firing you. I'm pushing The Rock and Barry and Macho Man, even though I don't want to do that because Macho Man's great.
Ooh, same.
Thank you, Xavier to God. TLJ Screwjob says, Ghost Job, the Ray Stantz story, but a romance.
How would...
It's like Ghost with Tobin's Spirit Guide. That's what it is. Like,
so it's him. So it's him from Casper again, I guess.
Well, no. Imagine this. He's Demi Moore. In the spirit of like Vigo the Carpathian or something, is like holding his hands in a sensual way as he builds the proton pack with Egon. Like that's the movie.
Oh God.
I don't want to see that either.
Yeah, no, but that'd be oh God. I know there are talks of another Ghostbusters movie without the guys in it now, so
send me a link.
That's happening. That. There's also the cartoon and a bunch of other things happening in Netflix. Netflix has a stake in that property now too, so they're making content for that as well.
For the love of God, end Ghostbusters. Like stop.
I agree.
It's not a brand that you can milk. Why is I know the answer is fucking money, but let me just rant for a minute. Hollywood, why the hell do you think we give a shit about the world of all these brands and these movies? No, we like the characters. Ghostbusters, those 4 guys, if they're not around, I don't give a shit. I don't want to watch a movie set in the world of James Bond. Just give me a James Bond movie. Any of this shit. Oh, we got to check all these other corners of the Star Wars galaxy. I only cared about Luke and his story. So stop giving me garbage. That's why people aren't watching this shit. You think we're going to make Sonic the Hedgehog Part 4 not feature Sonic the Hedgehog? No, that'd be career suicide. And that's why the third one's making all this goddamn money, because it gives the people what they want. Stop doing this shit. Ghostbusters fans are old. That movie came out before I was born and Dion was born. So we grew up into an era where Ghostbusters was already an older property and we all loved it. But now you're trying to milk a 41-year-old franchise for what? A bunch of kids? Finn Wolfhard and the kids from Stranger Things couldn't save that goddamn movie. Frozen Empire was the most forgettable piece of shit of 2024. So what are you going to do now? A prequel story? When we saw the prequel of how they became the Ghostbusters in the first movie. There's no story to tell. How they became friends at college? Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit about any of this. You have told the whole story. The beginning and the end is the first movie. I can deal with the second one. But please, Dick, if you find that article, send me that. I'm going to make a video.
I will. I mean, they are doing a prequel of Dexter. That show's going on.
I don't know why either, because if you watch the show, they tell you all that backstory with that little kid playing Dexter. I don't need to see some other little kid in a wig playing Michael C. Hall. Sorry, they're making a sequel to that too, right?
Sorry to continuously enrage you, but yeah, once again, it's Hollywood, as we've said.
I'm going to throw this damn coffee mug. It says Cup of Happy. It's going to be Cup of Broken in a minute. Like, fuck these movies and shows. I care about this stuff.
No, I'm 100% with you, man. It's just, it's Hollywood, and it's just them doing it because they're afraid of doing anything else. They don't want to do the new stuff because it's just, it's unpredictable. It's too much money to put into something that's brand new. But they've done it to themselves by taking away physical media and that whole process of like having the second bump in your income with a DVD or physical release. Bingo. You went full on, VOD, and now you're fucked. And now it costs 4 times as much to start making a movie as it did, in the 90s. So
hey, Nick, why don't they just scale back some of these productions as well? Like,
I agree. I don't 100%.
Need fucking CGI in these movies.
I mean that's what A24 and Blumhouse have been doing for over 10 years now. Like that's what that's their bread and butter. Is like nothing above like 5 or 10 million, maybe 20 million. Like I know Max Scene, the third one, was more money because it brought in money. That's why. That's why.
Didn't that Nicole Kidman one just make $50 million worldwide? The newest A24 picture. It's like one of their highest grossing ones.
Oh, Baby Girl.
Yeah. I read an article about that today. I'm not watching it, but I'm just saying it just broke some kind of records.
It did. But I mean, that's probably because the primary audience is older females.
Dude, older white ladies are the prime money spenders. That's why Barbie made $1 billion.
It's true.
Oppenheimer couldn't. The Dude Bros, we all went and saw Oppenheimer, and it barely lost to Barbie, but it still lost to Barbie. So
yeah,
that audience. Yeah. That's why Taylor Swift tickets could be $5,000. Because those ladies think they're 20 years old again.
Well, speaking of that, I read an article months ago about some women buying tickets in other countries because it was a lower price because there's the currency exchange, and then they're buying plane tickets and hotels there because it was the equivalent of buying one ticket.
I don't get the appeal of Taylor Swift.
It's like
That's because you are a 30-something-year-old dude.
You can say it on
It's
36,
like-
Dion.
it's-
There ain't shit you can. There's ain't nothing. It ain't. She ain't for. We are never gonna understand it. Don't get me wrong. You know, every once in a while, especially if I've been sipping on a little brewskis, getting a little silly with the homies, Taylor Swift might come on. You know, I'll
turn it off.
Swift songs, but there ain't nothing. We are never gonna understand that. We are never gonna.
I went to Meijer yesterday, Dion. I shit you not. Yes, because Meijer's that rare of a thing. No, but I was walking by this bookshelf because I was on my way out of the store, and they had a shelf, and it had all these Taylor Swift books on it. They had a little golden book. Remember those, like the little engine that could? Taylor Swift has one called the Ultimate Fan Edition. 22 bonus pages and stickers. Next to it was Who is Taylor Swift? And this was the fucking cover with this giant ass head on it. Next to that was Love Taylor Swift. And then the Kelsey brothers have a goddamn little golden book.
Oh my God.
Maybe kids shouldn't read because they're reading shit like this.
Maybe kids shouldn't read.
Give your kid a tablet. Don't give him golden books about Taylor Swift and the Kelsey brothers.
Oh my
People who
God.
aren't even fucking important to society. I play football. I sing music. I don't. Dude, teach him about somebody
And
else.
she's also a billionaire, and also there was the kid who tracks the flights.
Yeah.
He said, I think like last year or something like that, she took a flight that was like, it would have been a 30-minute drive, but it was a 6-minute flight from like one airport to another.
Yeah, dude.
In her private jet that she owns. She has a private jet.
Mhm.
Isn't Kim Kardashian a billionaire?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
She's
been a
like
billionaire
functionally
for a while
retarded.
now.
But I'm just saying, like,
she became a billionaire when she had when her mobile game came out.
but I'm saying, like, the status of billionaire means nothing in the world today anymore.
It does.
More
It's
and more
sad. It's
people
sad. It
become
doesn't. It's sad,
billionaires,
but it doesn't.
And it's like, she's a billionaire. She's still an asshole. Like, I really don't care about these people. And I'm so tired of seeing them. It's part of the system of, like, we don't get anything new. It's like Taylor Swift has been out since we were in college, Dion. Since before I knew you, Taylor Swift was a fucking household name. And all of her shitty country music, and then all these Shake It Off songs and all this other crap that she comes out with, and it doesn't. And then she re-recorded the same fucking songs, and they play the same music. Oh, but she gets the copyrights. I don't care. It's the same music, and I have to listen to it over and over again when I'm at the store. Can we get some new shit? It could be somebody banging on a drum. I don't care. As long as it's not Taylor Swift or the same 5 people over and over again, I'm on board.
Or some
Like, we need to get out of this.
or some new rapper who's a Gen Z with baby in the name.
Hey, don't make that
Don't you put that
connection
on me.
because rap is in its own thing. And listen, you know, it's listen, the cycle repeats itself, right? So Taylor Swift is nothing more than Britney Spears, but it's in our 30s now, right? And at the end of the day, there's always gonna be the thing that appeals to teenagers, you know, and I get it. I 100% agree. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not into Taylor Swift. I watch football. I love football. And, you know, and that's the interesting thing, right? Like, so both Kelseys are generational players, big deals for the sport of football, but they attach themselves to Taylor Swift and the money machine starts rolling, man. You know, and so new stuff doesn't sell. You know, new shit. I take that back. New stuff sells, but it's a hell of a lot more risk going into the new thing as opposed to, hey, popular culture, pop music, pop whatever, stick somebody else's face on it, do it out, and let's print some money. You know, and it's not to say that they're not trying other shit. Ice Spice, you know, she was an industry plant. She had 6 months, but, you know, the very few rehashes make money long term. And for whatever reason, Taylor Swift has clicked in to the teenage demographic for the last 15 years, and it keeps rolling. It's annoying, but they're not, you know, she's making too many people too much damn money.
And I don't give a shit about any of that.
Hey Jeff, let's go see one of those synthwave guys one time this year. Let's go see them in concert.
Sure, I'll go to one of those.
The tickets will be cheap, and they'll be like in like 4 places, like somewhere in the U.S.
We'll have a better time. You know,
Exactly.
I would love to see if we got stuck going to a Taylor Swift concert. Dion would have a good time. The 3 of us would be miserable as shit.
Yeah.
Because Dion would be up there doing his little dances, drunk as hell, having a good time. I'd have to take something before I go to that goddamn show.
You ain't lying.
Buddy, I've only been friends with you for almost 20 years at this point. I know you. Just a little bit.
You know me. You know me.
But I mean, your friend is happy. Are you mad at that, really?
Yes, because my friend is happy at Taylor Swift.
I would find whatever arena, stadium it was at, that they have to have some kind of bar or something going on in there. And I'm like, I'm going to hang out over there.
I wouldn't go.
Dude, there were. I've heard of people like tailgating outside so they can hear the music, and they're like having their own parties outside in the parking lot too. Like that's how.
See, that could be fun.
You know,
because tailgating's always fun.
Yeah,
true.
So that's a thing.
I've tailgated some random events. Hell, we tailgated that MSU football game that we didn't go in, Dion.
That's damn right. We tailgated WrestleMania multiple times.
We watched a dude put himself through a table, remember? That was awesome.
That was awesome. Wrestling in the parking lot. That's why wrestling fans are the best.
Yeah. See, we're in that weird category where we're like very into the story part and we know all the history, but we ain't trying to wrestle and we never have. So we're just like watching these little guys beat themselves up. Maybe Vince will see it. Sure, man. Go head first to that table. Maybe Vince McMahon will put you on the card tonight.
Yeah.
My man.
Like
John Thomas.
Idiots.
We're not performers. We're consumers.
Folks, while we're talking about wrestling, I have done some artwork for the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance. So check out their website. I am friends with one of their champions, and I did his t-shirt design, and I'm working on all kinds of cool stuff. So I did a comic cover this month. I did an NWA t-shirt. I've been working on our own stuff, and I've been on AEW. Man, 2025 has been an awesome year so far.
It's only January. We're still in January. We're still in January.
I got to top this every month, though, now. This is going to be a tiresome year, man. I got to really keep my shit rolling. It's like, what do I do in February to top it? Okay, well, without Workbusters, we'll do this, we'll do that. Okay. Like, by Christmas, I think I might be a different person. I'm scared. Oh, well. It's a risk.
Let it flow through you, Jeff.
Yes. Let the growth flow through you.
Let's all get new cars. Let it flow through you.
Yeah, I ain't buying a Tesla.
Damn right.
What? Don't you care about the environment? Come on, man.
No.
No. It's not an anti-Elon Musk thing. It's an anti-piece of shit car thing.
100%. Yeah.
It's an anti-having to stop every 100 miles to charge it thing.
If I can't make it to Michigan in one straight shot to Dion's house, that is not a good vehicle.
Well,
and
no,
I could not drive a Tesla on a single charge to your house.
Tell him, man.
Well, not just that. If it snowed even a little bit, like you're screwed. And just there's the battery and like the temperature thing, and it's a whole like caveat. It's bullshit. It just won't work.
And if I want to live in the year 2000 and drive inside of a PlayStation graphic, I'll get a Cybertruck. No thanks.
Oh man,
I would rather buy for the same amount of money. I'll just buy that Mercedes SUV. That's a cool looking car to me. The one that looks like a Jeep with the fucking square top. I'd rather roll around in style and look cool. Instead of I'd rather look like an African drug lord who smuggles conflict diamonds in a James Bond movie than looking like a dude, bro, that's gonna drive an Elon Musk car.
Well, in that Mercedes, you will look like that exactly.
That's kind of my life plan. I'm gonna get a black Duster, like a leather one. I'm just gonna roll up in places. I'm not gonna talk to anybody. I'm just gonna use like monosyllabic phrases, like and just walk out. Be like, who is that guy? You don't want to know. That's all I'll say to people.
Yeah, you just need to have so much clout that you just walk into like whatever club or building or restaurant you have and just like sit down. They just immediately sit you down and just serve you immediately because they're just terrified of you.
It'd be like in Kraven the Hunter. They'd bring him a steak and everything before he could even order. It's like, damn, they had this filet mignon waiting for his dad. All right,
that's what it is. Yeah. Like Labria Wolf said, G-Wagon. That's what it is. The G-Wagon. Yeah. Those things are awesome.
I want us to get to the level where St. Elmo's knows we're in town, so they have a table and four fucking porterhouses waiting for us in a liter of cola for each of us.
Well, buddy, content is king. We got to just keep pumping it out. That's all it is. That's all it is.
It's been working. It's been a good year, so we'll keep on doing it. I'll have new videos tomorrow, folks.
There you go.
Well, later in the day. Yeah, later in the day always works. Let's read some more super chats because we got one for you, Kendo. Couch Kendo. I think soccer should eliminate offsides and create more scoring, or at least let a player fly downfield to receive a pass. What say you?
That would be a bad idea because the offside trap is a strategic maneuver that defenses can try to employ in order to win back possession. Now, with that said, it sometimes can go sideways on you, and you would allow the guy to still be onside and go down the field uncontested against the keeper to score. If you were eliminated offside to increase the scoring, you would have nothing but scoring, and then the games would be equally boring because every game would end up like 25-24, and you don't want that. Soccer is a chess match, not a sprint.
Yet they sprint the entire game.
Not the entire game.
Most of it.
Just
their cardio is on point.
Their cardio is extremely on point. In order to be able to play, in order to play that sport, you need to be able to handle about 10 miles, 12 miles of road work a game, depending on position you play.
Yeah, we're not going to make it to Major League Soccer anytime soon.
No,
the Los Angeles Galaxy is not going to be giving us $250 million, but
no.
Kendo will watch soccer, and I will not. Dion, you watch soccer?
I watch it when it's cup and the cup season. So
I watch World Cup,
Copa America, all that stuff. That's when I watch.
When's the next World Cup, Kendo? Next year?
2028.
Okay, we just had it.
Yeah, the World Cup's the same year as the presidential elections, but we get.
Oh, okay.
Is it? What's the one that's every year, Kendo? Copa America's every year, isn't it?
No, Copa America's every 2 years. The one that's every year that you're thinking of is like all the league and continental tournaments, like the Champions League and things like that.
Yeah.
Which they dicked up that format and they've changed it all around. And I hate the new Champions League format. It was stupid.
Yeah, all the Champions League players are not happy right now.
Yeah, there's 32 teams. It's single table. And then it's really stupid because if you finished in the top 8, you automatically got a bye to the round of 16, which is right before the quarterfinals, and then everybody from 9 to 24 got put into a seeded bracket. Yeah. But the problem is, instead of like 9 versus 24, it's 9 versus 10 and 23 versus 24, and it's like, what's the point then? It doesn't. It's like teams that finished, the team that finished in first place. With the fact that it was Liverpool, I don't really care about because fuck them. But the reward for finishing first out of the group of 32 is to play the second place team, Barcelona, instead of playing the 8th place team or the lowest seeded team that comes through of the. It's just really stupid because United was in the Europa League. They finished 3rd. I'm like, oh, good. That should be a good draw. No, we got to play 4th place. We got to play Tottenham. So it's like, oh, that's real nice. That's really a way to reward teams for finishing higher up in the seeded bracket. Good job. Way to go, UEFA.
Yeah. They weren't. That's not very smart. I don't understand why a lot of different bracket playoffs some of them are starting to do that. Just stick with the standard high to low. Just stick with it. Stay with
the incentive to finish higher to get against a team that is lower to make your path that much easier. That's the incentive of the season structure, to make your playoffs as easy as possible. See teams that been winning Super Bowls lately that, well, actually, no, they finished. They were like a 3rd seed last year. Scratch that, but still, greatness overcomes the bracket. There we go.
Xavier to God has a question for us, guys. Push me a fire. Stone Cold, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan.
Oh, I'm pushing. Oh shit! Forgive me. I'm pushing Flair, burying Stone Cold, and I'm firing Hogan.
I am pushing Stone Cold, burying Flair, and firing Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan, you've done it to yourself. I'm following suit. You're fucking gone. And I'm going to push Stone Cold. Ric Flair's great, but Stone Cold's better. Just more entertaining. Better on the mic. Less repetition. And less wooing.
I'll agree with Wes. Yeah, less wooing and less repetition for sure. But you just gotta love the strut.
Oh, I love the strut, but when he goes, and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so, I was like, oh shit, yeah, that is the bottom line.
Forgiveness, okay?
You want forgiveness? Find religion. Folks in the chat, name that movie. TLJ Screwjob, Pushberry Fire, Triple H, Kane, Benoit. Okay, that's one. That's easy. I'm getting rid of Triple H. Fuck that guy. He doesn't deserve to be on the Hall of Fame. Joking. I never liked Benoit in life. I was not a fan of Chris Benoit, so I fire him. I guess I'll push Triple H and bury Kane, because once Kane took off the mask, no thank you. But Kane in the mask, like 03 Kane, when he had Slow Chemical and the Canaanites, that should have been world champion Kane. Like, that gimmick could have been a main eventer. He had the clout, he had the tenure in the company, but then they made him take off his mask and they killed his character.
Can't really bury Benoit because they've already done that.
Damn.
So I'm going to go ahead and say push Triple H. Then, I guess bury Kane and fire Benoit.
I'm going to push Kane, obviously, bury Benoit, and fire Triple H. Because even though Triple H lately has been more fun than previous, the dude just, he
deserves the hate.
Yeah. Reign of Terror is a real thing.
It's kind of weird he's going into the Hall of Fame. Like, he's the boss, and, like, he's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. It's a very Vince McMahon move. But
listen,
he does have the career to deserve it, though.
He does deserve it, but it is hilarious that he definitely pulled a Vince McMahon, 100%.
I don't know. I don't want to seem like a Triple H hater, because I do have to say, like, wrestling's been good since he's been the boss. Like, what is it, late 2022 when Vince was out or whatever? Yep. Like, WrestleMania 39 was a good show. They really pulled that off. And the build was good, and the build to 40 was excellent. And then it did fall off, and it really hasn't recovered. SummerSlam sucked beehole, and I thought that was going to be a big deal, but it wasn't.
Yeah. SummerSlam was bad.
And Survivor Series was just okay. Like, War Games. But the match was pretty cool, but that's my problem, is when you have a gimmick pay-per-view like that, the rest of the card kind of suffers, and I would rather have a good, solid card in one gimmick match instead of
multiple. 100% agree.
We also have a pushberry fire of LA Knight, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. I'm going to push LA Knight because I actually do like LA Knight still, and I'm going to bury Kevin Owens and fire Sami Zayn because I can't stand him anymore. I'm so tired of his gimmick.
I'm going to do the same. I don't hate Sami, but he is definitely the weaker of the three for sure, but I'm doing the same thing.
Firing Sammy, pushing KO because I find him to be incredibly entertaining, and burying LA Knight even though I don't want to.
No, I really hope I hope they do something with LA Knight. Like, give him a decent showing in the Rumble, and then let him win his title back at Mania. Like, he's never a main event guy. I get it, but he is an entertaining mid card. He should be top of the mid card, kind of always pushing up towards the world title, making it close. But, I mean, I'd like if he won.
Yeah.
I just don't think it'll happen. John Thomas, thank you very much. Britney Spears could actually sing without auto-tune. Her concerts are lip-synced. Wings of Pegasus proved it. I guess I like Britney Spears more than Taylor Swift, but I don't like either. Like, how do you feel about her?
I mean, I'm listen. My part of my journey into manhood was heavily influenced by Britney, bitch. So she's always gonna have a soft place in my heart. But I do remember that being a thing, and I would agree that Britney, not now, but prime Britney was a better singer than Taylor Swift.
Yeah, she was one of three blondes: her, Christina Aguilera, and then Jessica Simpson.
Yep.
Ooh, I like Jessica Simpson. For other reasons.
Looks wise, absolutely.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. She didn't know if it was chicken or tuna, but man, you didn't care.
What's Jessica Simpson? Damn.
Mm-hmm. Not my style of music, so I never took that much investment in any of their musical careers.
We were just looking at them because they were cute, dude. Come on.
Yeah,
pretty much.
None of us did.
Like Genie in a Bottle. Then that song came out, I was like, I'm going to skip it and go to the next station, and then I would turn off the song. Like, anytime a Britney Spears song would be on, I'm like, no thanks. I'm not a Britney Spears fan.
The videos, though. Genie in the Bottle.
Oh, yeah, that was peak music video time. Yeah, they would spend, so much money in the music videos.
What was that Lady Marmalade video? That was a cool video.
Yeah, that's a good video, and that was a good video.
There was a couple of Korn videos that were pretty impressive and pretty fun.
Dude, Korn and Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, God. Well, Marilyn Manson did a video for Not Another Teen Movie. That was an interesting one.
Tainted Love with Shyler Lee in the hot tub.
Yep, that was a good one. Yep.
Her career never went anywhere after that movie. She was in that '80s show, and that was it.
Well, no, she went to like a procedural medical show for a long time, and then that was it. So.
Oh. Well,
Yeah, because I saw her on like Grey's Anatomy for a really long time because Mom was watching it for a bit there, and I was like, oh, she's in here for a long time, so that was it. So I think she's just kind of got comfortable doing that, and that was that was all.
Hey, a paycheck's a paycheck, man. If I'm making $50,000 an episode for like 9
Yeah,
seasons on ABC, I'm not gonna rock the boat.
Yeah, and if you're somewhat of a beloved character, you can ask for a little bit more every year for negotiating a little bit higher. So why not, man?
I need a 20% pay bump.
Yeah. Stay in a steady career. No need to rock the boat. So
man, I want to be like what is it? Who's the guy on Quantum Leap that wasn't Scott Bakula, but Dean Stockwell, right?
Dean Stockwell, yeah.
I want to be the Dean Stockwell of television. All right, Jeff, here's another series. You're going to get X amount of this per episode, blah, blah, blah. Cool, man. I would show up to work early every day, leave on time, smile. I don't need to be the star. I don't want to be in a movie. I like my house and my family and my life.
Yeah, I mean, same thing with people who do like Hallmark movies. I think there's a girl and a guy who do like so many a year. And I think one girl does so many, so many of them a year, and like that's her career, just Hallmark movies and like reenactments. That's it. So why not? If you know your niche and you're good at it and you get cast in a lot, just fuck off. It's fine, whatever.
Final super chat of the evening. Will the Chiefs be the first NFL team to three-peat?
If they win, still no, because if you're talking about the Super Bowl era, yes, no team has ever three-peated. There's been back-to-backs, but there's been no three-peats. Actually, the Chiefs are the furthest team to get towards a three-peat because every other team that tried it hasn't made it back to the Super Bowl again. But if you want to go in technical terms of the NFL's history, no. There's been teams that have won 3 straight championships before, with the most recent, last one being the Green Bay Packers in the 60s. So they would not be the first team ever in the history of the NFL to win 3 in a row, but they would be the first to win 3 Super Bowls in a row.
Well, for you, Kendo, I hope it happens.
Yeah, same here.
You know what? I do too, because number one, I've really enjoyed being hated and being told that my team is only successful because of the referees. I also love being told that the NFL is scripted specifically for Taylor Swift, which I'm like, the Chiefs were good before Taylor Swift got there. Okay, this has only been like a 2-year thing. This is only a 2-year thing. I was like, they had won 2 Super Bowls and had been in 3 before Taylor Swift started dating Travis Kelce. With that said, I hope the Chiefs go out and they win the Super Bowl comfortably, so that way it's less stress on me. And I hope that after the game, Travis Kelce proposes to Taylor Swift right in the middle of the 50-yard line, because it will make a bunch of grown men lose their fucking minds and throw.
It will. Oh my God, it will.
Chaos.
Yes, and I want the chaos and I want the tears. I love how upset people get about Taylor Swift going to NFL games because her boyfriend plays. I'm like, there are so many other things to worry about than who. And they're like, they show her on TV. They show celebrities all the time. She just happens to be the A-list of A-listers at that thing. Now, if Paul Rudd will be on TV because he's a huge Chiefs fan. Rob Riggle, there will be a bunch of them there. But
I want to see Paul Rudd on TV. There's never a time where I'm like, Paul Rudd.
I miss Rob Riggle. I really do.
I don't.
Chiefs winning the
too much
Super
of him in the
Bowl.
early 2000s.
Yeah, the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl, and that's Travis Kelce proposing to Taylor Swift in the middle of the celebration. That would be so beautiful.
And then all of a sudden, she gets winged by a random Coca-Cola can. Talk about a sponsorship deal. Wham! She goes down. And they just show a shot of her knocked out with a Coke can right next to her.
Yeah.
That is a PR nightmare. Coke's on Twitter. We're so sorry. We don't condone violence of any kind. We're Swifties and all this shit. Everyone's just
my God, dude.
That
would be fucking hilarious if that happens.
But yeah, that's what I want to happen.
If they win and she's on the field, there's gonna be fucking snipers in the press box.
Oh my God.
She's gonna get chest bumped by the towel boy.
Listen, and I'm not saying it because I do security, but just the NFL is not fucking around with the Taylor Swift thing. If especially if the Chiefs win, there's probably going to be, if a bird that is not accounted for gets on the field in New Orleans, it is getting arrested.
Yeah.
What is
especially
the bail
in
for
New
a bird?
Orleans?
What's the bird law for bail? Charlie Kelly's got to know.
Too close to a pretty white girl, that's immediately a federal crime. That's 3 to 5.
Yeah,
3 to 5.
No bail. Flight risk.
Automatic.
That's how we're gonna end the show. So, folks, thank you for watching. We'll be back next week with more.
Hold on one second. Watch. Everybody should go check out the show Paradise on Hulu. Go check it out.
Yes.
Watch at least the first episode. Watch at least the first episode, please. Go watch it.
Is it about boobs?
It's not. It stars Sterling K. Brown and James Marsden. Sterling K. Brown is security for James Marsden, who's the president. And
that is fantasy. James Marsden is president.
The dude looks like he could be.
Well, he dies.
Well,
he dies, and then they don't know how. But also, like, there's a overarching thing that happens in that show that's like, oh fuck, this is incredibly different now. So
he's playing Kennedy. Got it. Okay.
Kind of, but
was
like
in a restaurant in a kitchen.
Not that Kennedy. That's Robert Kennedy, right?
Oh damn.
Bobby Kennedy. That's the one that got.
Yeah, but no, go. Yeah, at least watch the first episode because like, it's. I liked it. They put the first 3 episodes out on Hulu, and I watched them all, and I was like, this is actually pretty good. So go check it out. Go check it out.
The chat, is there nudity? Is it about sex?
No, there's unfortunately none of that. There's none of that.
I think our audience is excited. So,
but go check out at least the first episode of Paradise on Hulu and see if you. Hopefully you like it.
All right, folks. Well, thank you for watching. We were going to go off at 2 hours, and because of you guys, we went into an hour-long wrestling segment, and hopefully you guys had a great time. So we'll be back next week with a Royal Rumble winner. We'll know the road to WrestleMania, and we'll be a week closer to Wokebusters and Stealing Solo, too. So until then, folks, be smart, be safe, be cool, but always be excellent to each other.
.com.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name?
My name is Jeff.